Sorry. Okay, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Detroit by Dark. It's Cold in the D. This is Guthrie Prentice, your guest storyteller tonight. And yes, because I'm imposing, this is my character. So, everyone, to introduce the cast for tonight, we have Will Johnson, who is one of the normal storytellers for Detroit by Dark. We have Daniel, I don't know his last name, playing Loki. We have Ziggy Polchinski from Ontario playing Ardashir. And we have Charles Bobo from Georgia, who is playing, I'm not sure, the pastor. Yeah, the pastor somebody. And of course, as I said,
the Pastor Bobby.
Yeah, Pastor Bob. And of course, Will Johnson from South Carolina. And I am, as I said, I am your host and NPC tonight, Guthrie Prentice out of Victoria, British Columbia. And this is The Sawmill. The four of you, the four characters, wake up in a room, wake up in a square room, which I will show the screen share in a second here. Activating screen share. You see a particular room in front of you. The diamond shape represents where the four of you are, and those
lights on.
Lights are kind of dim right now. Lights are kind of they're off, but they're about to go on. As the four of you come to, oh, sorry, that reminds me. I need to put a small little symbol in the middle to illustrate one other thing. There we go. Now, as you see, the diamond represents you, and those four lines represent chains to the wall. You are tied by each of your legs. Your legs are manacled to the wall, and the lights are dark. And you basically, as you move, you notice that you're on short chains and can't move. The lights come on, and a very nasty little figure. The lights come on, and a very nasty little figure says the following. And we just lost a character. Do we want to wait until he comes back in?
Yeah, let's wait.
Okay.
Actually, wait. No, just describe it. Just describe it.
Okay. So, yeah. So, yes, one of the characters has fallen back unconscious again, and will probably come back in a little bit. But of those of you who wake up, you've seen the scene that I've shown. Oh, there he is. Oh, okay. The character who fell unconscious just woke back up again. Apparently, the drugs we had put in his were a little bit stronger for him than everyone else. But in the process, you see the lights come on, and a series of monitors around the edge flicker on with this particular image and go, "Hello, everyone. Pastor Bob, Ardashir, Loki, and you. I keep forgetting your name. Ah, yes. Ah, yes.
It's Pastor Jack. Jack Sullivan.
Oh, yes, Jack Sullivan. Yes, him. Yes, oh, yes, Jack. I've been watching all of you for a very long time, and I think it's about time that the lot of you had a bit of a wake-up call. You are currently in a room, and where you will see where a murder has taken place. If you look in the center of the floor, you will see a pile of ash. Your job is to not only survive this little funhouse that I've planned for you, but you must determine which of you murdered that particular K-Knight, how, and why. And you must cite all relevant evidence for it in order to survive. If you decide to, if you do not cooperate, I have methods of having you killed. If you decide to stay in this room, then the roof above you will open up come daybreak, and all of you will be incinerated. I trust you enjoy. Like I said, have fun taking part in my little game. And the screen cuts off. And I will screen share back to the room again.
What the fuck?
Again, as was stated, in a room, the four of you are currently So, for our first perspective, like I said, for our first perspective, if you attempt to move, you notice that you are chained to the wall. What course of action do you wish to pursue first?
I'll look around the room, but I'm kind of curious about these other guys who are here with me.
Okay.
to investigate your fellow characters who are with you, roll a perception. Hang on, let me get your character sheet up just to confirm that I got the right stat. I think for you it's perception alertness is higher. So yeah, roll me. So just to confirm that I've got the right sheet, roll me a perception alertness. This will be standard difficulty because of the fact that the lights are on and you're simply just trying to take a look at your fellow compatriots.
Okay, perception alertness. That's 4 dice from me.
Yep. So perception alertness. Roll your perception alertness, and I will take a look at your standard difficulty.
That's 1 success.
Okay. 1 success. You are still very, very groggy right now, and your senses are a little bit obscured. Let me actually check your sheet again, just to see if you're even aware as to why this is happening. Roll me. Let's see. You don't have a medicine score.
No.
Okay. Suffice it to say that you know that for some reason that you are completely groggy right now, and you're not quite sure why. Oh, sorry. And Matthew Crane. Sorry, I meant to say Matthew Crane. Retroactively, the character, the Saw type character, says Matthew Crane when he introduces when he says that. But okay. So which character do you want a description of?
Give me a description of the preacher.
Okay. Pastor Bob. This is Pastor Bob. Feel free to describe what you look like.
Okay, you see a man in his 30s, like mid-30s. He's dressed in out-of-fashion style clothes. From the way he's dressed, you can probably guess he was a Southern Baptist of some kind. He's rocking a fedora, and when he's casting up a storm, he's got a heavily accented Southern accent.
Okay, so now that you guys have, now that you've done that, I should mention that there is a, I should draw your attention back again to the fact that you are all currently chained to the wall. Do any of you attempt to move at all?
Yeah, I'll struggle a little.
Okay, as you attempt to move, you will discover that.
Same here.
Yeah, as you both attempt to move less than half a foot, you will notice that you are automatically at the end of your chain. Roll a perception alertness check. Roll a perception alertness check for anyone who's attempted to move. Another perception alertness check for me.
Alertness?
Yes, alert specifically.
Just my roll for dice for me.
This is for me. I got 1 success. This is for
All right,
the
stand
preacher,
by.
Charles. You got 4 successes. I got 4 for Charles.
Okay. Loki, if you're attempting to move, now would be a good time to come back onto camera.
No, Loki is going to be standing there, sort of rubbing his temple as he's coming to, and keenly observing the other participants to see how they are faring with the chains.
So with 2 successes on one and 1 success on the other, you kind of get this, Artashir, again. You're still very foggy.
2 successes on Matthew.
Yeah, that's why I said 2 successes on Matthew and 1 on Artashir. But the 2 successes that Matthew gets, he notices that not only is he noticing that he has hit the end of his chain, but as he pulls, he actually notices that there is a slight bit of give on the chain, but not by much. Basically, it's like you are chained to the wall, but it feels like the chain is connected to something else. Oh, and at this point, you notice there was
the chain off me.
Sorry. If you notice as well, you'll also notice that there are 2 little circles on the map there, on the right-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Those 2 circles represent the fact that a door has opened up, an automatic sliding door has opened up. And in particular, Matthew, you're the one who notices this. Do you share this with the rest of the group?
Not yet. I'm going to take a hold of the chain that I'm chained by, and I'm going to walk back to the wall and see what I can figure out there. Basically, I'm going to carry it in my hands as I'm walking back. Basically, I'm feeding myself back against the chain.
Okay. Roll me a firstly roll me a perception alertness followed by an intelligence. Let me see what your followed by an intelligence investigation roll.
Okay. First roll coming up.
Okay,
All right,
and
all right.
How do we change? How's this change all this? Is it change our ankle or?
okay, Charles, could you shut off your mic and turn it back on again? You're breaking up.
Yeah, you're breaking up bad, Charles.
Yeah, could you
All
turn
right,
off?
what was that other roll?
But yes, you rolled your perception. Okay. But the thing is, okay, so you don't get much in the way of perception, but do roll your intelligence investigation because that will still help you infer some things, possibly.
All right, come.
Well, I was asking this, how am I chained to this? Is it not enough room
You're
to
chained
like,
by your leg. Every
to
single
break
one of you
my
is chained by your leg. Every single one of you is chained by your leg.
Okay.
And
Can I attempt to try to break the chain off? Break the chain.
oh, you're going to try to break the chain? Okay, go for it. In the process, okay, firstly, you need to, okay, so you got one success. Matthew, you determined that you are connected to something behind the wall. You don't know what it is, but you do know that that chain connects somewhere else. Okay, Charles, do you attempt to break the door? Sorry, do you attempt to break the chain?
Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to just lean over and grab the chain like in the midsection. I want to try to tear the chain in half.
Okay, well let me pull up your character sheet to make sure that I can just to make sure that I've got the right stats for you. And if you want to try to break the
I have 4 strength and 2 pumps.
okay. Oops. I think I found the wrong. Pastor Bobby. I got a hunter character sheet for you.
Pastor Jack.
Pastor Jack, not Pastor Bob.
Oh, sorry, I went to Pastor. I was gonna say that seemed a little off when I found that, but give me a sec here to locate yours. Here we go. Now I got it.
He should be.
Okay, moving to your. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna have you do. You're gonna move. You're gonna have a You're gonna roll a strength. You're just gonna roll me a straight strength roll, putting your potency in the process, if you have potence.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to. That'd be 6 dice.
All right. This will be difficulty. Given the strength of chain I put on this guy, this will be difficulty 7.
Bear in mind, I'm not pulling.
Also, while he's doing this, Guthrie, I'm going to he's literally trying to bust it in half. While he's doing this, Guthrie, I would like to begin tapping on the wall with my knuckles, listening to see if I can find a difference in the tone.
Roll me a perception alertness.
As he's doing that, I'm gonna check my pockets and everything.
Sounds good. See if you can find anything decent in your inventory.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you find in there in a moment once I've dealt with these two. Can you also roll for Bobby to see whether he actually breaks the roll in the strength roll to see if he breaks the chain?
What's his strength? I'll roll for him.
He has a strength. Sorry, hang on. Let me double check that. Yeah, the exact.
4 strength and 2 potence.
Yeah, 4
So
strength.
that's 6 dice, right?
Yeah,
I'm
6
rolling.
dice,
I got 1, 2, 3, 1 success.
Okay, so yeah, so well, no, I said difficulty 7.
Oh, 0 successes.
Yeah, no, you're stuck, Bobby. Okay, so you got 2 successes, Matthew, on yours. Yes, you do find that there is a hollow space behind the wall. If you pull on the chain, and roll me another perception alertness, followed by an intelligence investigation again.
Okay. Because there's something behind this wall.
At this, Loki's going to be using his heightened senses from Auspex 1 to try and listen into what's going on behind the wall when Will's pulling on the chain.
Okay, somebody roll for him, please. Perception alertness, difficulty -1, owing to his heightened, owing to his Auspex.
I can roll that. It will show up over the top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So I thought your camera was off. That's why I said.
No, he's got an overlay. He's got an overlay up.
Oh, okay, good.
That's
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 3 successes with a 10, Guthrie.
Okay.
If you would like for me to, and would you like for me to explode the 10?
Do you have a specialty in that area? Let me double check your. Let me double check.
I do not.
I'm checking to see whether or not you
I
have
do
a
not.
specialty in it.
I believe I do.
Okay, then no, that will count as a single success, but that's still good enough. You tell, from what you can tell, based on from the double rolls, you can tell that not only is there something behind this wall. If you pull on the chain, you will discover that the chain is connected to something, and you can hear a clink of your chain as in the same direction as your door. You can hear it in the same direction as the two circles on the right-hand side of the room, which represent the door.
It's on the other side of that door.
Or it's connected in the same direction as the door. That's all I will say. Now, you rolled you were rolling for that one success. You have a general idea that it's in the same vague general direction as the door. Possibly. Or no, you hear a clinking behind the wall, specifically, Daniel, because you didn't get quite as high as Matthew did. But you heard that the chains were clinking behind the wall.
Okay.
So, how do you guys want to proceed with this?
Do I have anything in my pockets or?
Yes, as a matter of fact, you do. There is you discover a portable ultrasound machine in your. You discover a small little portable sort of infrared type thing that you can use to get a little bit of an overlay as to what might be behind the walls. This will reduce your difficulty. This will give you the equivalent to an Auspex of heightened senses. Let me double check your character sheet again to confirm whether or not you.
I don't have Auspex.
Well, then in that case, this will give you the equivalent to Auspex 1. You've discovered a piece of technology that will give you the equivalent of Auspex 1.
It lets me see in what? In ultras?
It will basically, it's a portable.
It's an infrared stud finder.
It's basically
Stud finder.
Yeah, it's an infrared stud finder. Basically, what will happen is that it will give you insofar as you are attempting to look for stuff behind the walls, it will give you the equivalent of Auspex 1.
Alright, so I start looking behind the wall for stuff behind the walls.
So roll me perception alertness again. This time using your Auspex 1 at difficulty reduced. At this point, because of the fact that everyone else has already mentioned stuff.
One success.
Okay, one success. You tell, like everyone else, that that your chain is connected to something behind the wall. That's all you guys can tell at the moment.
I say, check your pockets. You might have something.
And Jack is going to rough those pockets and see what's in his pockets.
All Jack finds in his pocket is a Leatherman.
Likewise.
No, not quite for Matt. I have something slightly different for you. You discover a Leatherman and a couple of rags. Again, this will come up later, if you guys make it that far. And
Loki's pockets.
Loki, you discover a pen and a notepad that you probably had beforehand, and you also discover as well that this is this is one of those multi-point pens, like the multicolored pens, except that one of these pens has a knife point on it. One of these points has a shiv.
Can I promise to get 2 automatic successes to break my chain?
Pardon? You got no successes last time. If you want, you can try to break your chain again.
I mean, can I spend the blood on my post to snap the chain?
Yeah, well, no, that's what I'm saying. Feel free to re-roll again, same as before. Same difficulty 7.
I'm spending the blood for 2 automatic successes.
Alright, while he's doing this...
Okay. That's 4 dice then,
Cool.
right? You're
While he's
spending
doing-
blood and automatics?
Yeah.
You got 5 successes, 4 successes in total, 9 and an 8, and then the 2 automatic.
Yep. Because of that, you succeed in breaking the chain. In the process, everyone roll me a perception alertness.
1 success.
4 dice.
3 successes.
Okay, you got it.
I got nothing.
With heightened.
Charles, you got
heightened
nothing.
senses, whatever.
Okay, Will, roll me. What did you get?
Matthew's oblivious.
Okay, Loki.
Nothing. Matthew's oblivious.
Loki, you are aware that as soon as he snaps his chain, the door starts creaking. There's the open door on the right-hand side. You hear a little creak in the door.
Excuse me, sir, but you may want to hold on to that chain slightly longer.
I want to grab the severed end and pull it tight.
Whatever is holding us with these chains is causing the door to be open.
All right.
That is
what
my
I'm
assumption.
gonna
Anyway.
do, Guthrie. Yeah. What I'd like to do, Guthrie. The Leatherman that you said was in my pocket. I'm
Yes.
gonna start opening it up and seeing what kind of tools are in it.
Let me grab my Leatherman, and I will flip off screen share so you can see what I have on it. Because basically, the Leatherman that I have is the same one that you guys would have. One sec.
Might be the same one I
Let
have.
me get my camera so I can see what's.
Okay, pulling up the dropping screen share and dropping screen share and ThingMe so you guys can see the Leatherman. Okay, so there goes the screen share, and dropping the Hangout box as soon as I can switch back to it to shut that off. I don't know why my camera went off all of a sudden. That's weird. Shutting off my camera, shutting it back on. There we go.
Keep in
Okay.
mind, Guthrie, that you're
Okay, I'm gonna.
you're a little bit delayed on my end.
Okay. Not to worry.
Just tell
okay,
me. You don't
so
need
what-
to show. I mean, you could show for
What-
camera purpose, but I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm doing it for camera purposes. But what you see on here, assuming I can get this bloody thing open right now. Hang on, there we go. You see a knife blade. On the other end, you get one of these one of these classic saw blades. You get a specialized tooth saw blade, which could be a diamond saw. You get a pair of scissors. On the inside, you get. Let me pull out all the relevant stuff. Can opener, multi-tool screwdriver on one end. On the other, you get a sort of file-like chisel thing, a full chisel, and a micro chisel. In addition, you also have a set of needle nose pliers on here. A set of pliers / vice grips, and finally, you also have a measurement system. You have rulers on the sides. This will be of particular importance. Again, all of these tools will be of particular importance later on. If you,
Okay. I'm gonna open it up to the knife blade.
Sorry, I should mention you also have every screwdriver you had known to man.
Okay.
But, sorry, you were saying. You're gonna open up the
I'm
leather.
gonna leave the knife. I'm gonna leave the knife blade part. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the knife part out and close the rest. And I'm gonna see if I can push the knife into the wall.
Okay. As you attempt to push the knife into the wall, give me a sec to pull the screen share back up, so this way we're back where I left off. Okay. So with this in mind, please roll me. First, roll me a strength. First, roll me just a simple strength move, just to try to see how far you can push it in. Do you wish to employ potence? I think you have potence in here. Yes, you do. So, do you wish to
Yes,
employ
I do.
potence? Okay, roll me the appropriate number of dice.
I do.
And this will be set at about a difficulty. Well, given how hard I constructed the walls, this will be a difficulty 8 to make a dent. The more
Okay.
success you make.
I'm gonna spend a point. I'll spend 1 point of willpower for automatic success.
As this is going on, I'm gonna focus my attention on the ashes, and let me see what my investigation is. I think I have it. I have it of 1, so I'm gonna try to deduce whether these ashes would have been placed here, or whether the death must have happened in the room if it has the ashes in it. That's
Good.
what I'm gonna figure out.
Okay, give it a shot.
I'm gonna spend a willpower because I think
Alright,
this is
I
important.
got 6 successes on the wall.
Yeah, no, you break through. Surprisingly, the difficulty. You break through the wall.
I got 2 successes on my attempt.
You can tell. What you can tell is the fact that all that you can really tell is actually you can tell that based on the pattern of how the ashes happened. You can tell that the killing. You can tell that the ashes were moved from another room.
Okay, another location.
Yeah, you can tell that they were moved from another location.
Hey Guthrie, Jack is going to attempt to open his Leatherman one-handed and pull the blade out and try to jam the chain in place with the blade.
You already snapped the chain in half.
No, he's talking about.
You snapped the chain in half, and
I'm holding on
about
to the other end of the chain.
He's talking about the part that's still attached to the wall.
Oh,
he's talking
right.
about
okay,
that.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Give me a Dex. Hang on. Let me pull up your sheet again just to make sure that I know exactly which stat I'm pulling for this. Yes, I got it here. I'm gonna be looking for Dex. Where are we here? You don't have that, so I'll have to find something akin for you. Just attempt to give me a Dex melee as if you were trying to do a surgical strike. This will be. Let's see how groggy. Before I tell you the success level, I'm going to roll a percentage die for you. Call it high or low.
Low.
Okay, calling it low. I'm flipping to dice stream. This will determine how groggy you are.
Someone roll 7 dice for me.
You call low.
Roll 7 dice for me.
Okay, yeah. And you call low, so you
willpower.
Okay, so you're spending a willpower. Okay.
One, two, three, three successes with the willpower.
Okay, so note that each of you is down except for Loki is down 1 willpower right now.
Yep.
Okay, and so yeah, you got okay, so yeah, you got because you're clear, you are at standard difficulty for that. So to pinch the chain in place, so that is 2 successes, from what I can tell from Ziggy's screen here. There's one of those.
He said he spent a willpower. So that's 3.
Oh, sorry, 3.
Yeah, he's
2.
counting. He's counted the willpower.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you easily stabbed the. Okay, and yeah, you punctured the wall. So you succeeded in puncturing the wall with all of those. You go straight up to the hilt of the Leatherman.
So that looks like that's going to be small.
I want to try to break the blade off. And
Yeah. So yeah, no. What you did was you basically you cut through the wall like butter, and you basically gotten your knife in up to the hilt.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to snap the blade off and begin walking on.
Okay.
Towards the door.
How long is the knife?
Do I need to roll for snapping the?
The knife is. Hang on. Let me actually double. Okay. Based on the length of the blade, we are looking at, for Imperial, we are looking at a 4-inch long blade, maybe slightly longer, to go right to the hilt.
I want to attempt to snap the blade off at this point.
Did I feel like
hold the chain in place so I can keep the weapon good?
No, you didn't.
Okay. All right, and Charles is trying to snap his blade in half. Snap the blade.
Okay, so did somebody roll for him to snap his blade?
Is the blade particularly hard?
These parts last go around, so...
Is the blade particularly hard to break? Because we can just say he breaks it. Because he's going to keep trying to roll it over and over until he does it.
Touche.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, just bear in mind that you've already spent 2 blood. So each of you is down a willpower except for Loki, and Charles is down 2 blood and a willpower. So yeah, so he's down 2 blood as well. So on top of that, we'll just simply say yes, he succeeds in breaking it off. Actually, while you're doing it, roll me a Dex, not a Strength. Roll me a Dex melee again, specifically to break it off.
That'll be 7
I'm trying to make sure that I'm trying to see whether you break the blade without cutting yourself in the process.
3 successes.
Yeah, he breaks the blade without cutting himself. All right, so that deals with that. What do the rest of you do?
Okay, since I stabbed into the wall, I'm going to punch the wall in the same location that I stabbed.
Okay. Difficulty, again, as I said, it was difficulty 8 to break the wall before. It'll be the same difficulty this time.
Alright, that's going to be 2 successes.
Because of the 2 successes, as I said, because of the 6 you were able to cut through the wall, but because of the fact that this is also another thing about the build, because of the fact that you did classic melee damage rather than precision damage, this wall only takes a very minor dent, courtesy of the fact that you punched it.
What's the diamond represent?
Guys, these walls are at least 4 inches thick.
Okay, the diamond represents where you guys are at the present time. That is basically representing the group of you insofar as you were changed.
Oh, sorry.
And the center is the ash. The star is the ash.
The star is the ashes, and the 2 circles represent the open door.
You said that door. Okay.
The door is open.
Guthrie, are we feeling any tug from our chains? Like, is there the slightest amount of resistance to
yes,
indicate
that's why I said you feel a bit of a weird pull when you, like a bit of a pull/slack when you guys pull on your chains. That's what I meant.
Right.
Like, yes, that there is. That's why I had you guys roll the perceptions earlier, so that those of you who have actually moved on your chains feel there is some degree of resistance.
I get up and
okay,
I move towards the ashes.
You're stuck by your chain.
Guthrie.
I just want to see how far the chain stretches, basically.
Yeah, the chain only stretches about half a foot.
Okay, the chain. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay.
Well, the reason why
chain that the pastor was attached to.
You're right. It should have slipped in behind the wall already. Yeah. Sorry, we may have to retcon you actually having the chain not shown.
That's what I'm checking on.
No, I'm sorry. See, the thing is, no, sorry. The thing is,
so the chain slid back.
Yeah, the chain slid back. Now he did manage to get the knife in, but that was before it meant. But that was before. I'm saying that the reason he was able to stab the chain and break the blade off was just before the chain completely went behind the wall.
So he still just got it.
Yeah, barely got it. That's why I'm counting his successes for that.
Okay.
Excuse me, my strong fellow, but would you be able to go and perhaps stand in betwixt the door so that it does not leave us with no way out of this room?
Actually.
Sorry, what did you have? What did you want to ask, Will?
Guthrie, is there anything wrong with this? Is there anything in the room that looks like it may be like some kind of a lead pipe or a brick or something that could possibly hold the door open?
That basically what you see on the screen is what I've shown you.
Roll for that.
There is no brick. All that is there is the ashes in the center, the chains that you were connected to the wall with. Including your leg including the bits that were the manacling your legs together, and the door. But remember, I've just said in that statement everything you need, in theory.
What's the light source in this room?
The light source is a the lights are not these specific fluorescent lights. What you are dealing with is a sort of light glow inside the walls. You are dealing with a basically. Oh, that reminds me. Everyone roll me a perception alertness or perception investigation. Your pick.
Alertness.
Okay. Everyone roll
investigation.
Two for me, and
I got nothing.
Okay.
For Charles, I got 0.
Okay. You got 1 success because of your perception alertness, Ardashir. You recognize that there is. You recognize that there is a. Because of your 2 successes, you recognize that there is a slight odd smell in the air, and from your roll me an investigation. Follow it up if you've got it.
Sure,
roll me
I got it.
Roll me intelligence investigation.
2 successes.
Okay, from that 2 successes, you can tell that there is a chemical in the air which is reacting with something on the walls to give a fluorescent glow, which is basically why, to give the lighting in the room. That basically there's a chemical treated on the walls, and the chemical in the air is reacting with it to give you the light in the room.
Is any of you familiar with science?
Out the door, man.
Pardon?
Are any of you familiar with science?
I'm making my way to the door.
Okay, so you make your way to the door. And do you want to? So what do you want to do? Do you want to pass through into room 2?
I want to do a perception alertness to see if there's a trap on the door.
Okay, roll me perception alertness.
Just going through. Or nice.
Roll me perception alertness.
How much do you... You there. You. Big guy. With the
Me?
chain. How much do you weigh? Yeah, you. How much do you weigh?
I weigh... Well, 215 wide. 215 wide.
213. 215. You. Jim with the curly hair. Same question.
15.
Same here. 200.
Who are you referring to?
These chains are supporting at least 200 pounds. He's trying to get Artish's weight. These chains are supporting at least 200 pounds of weight.
180.
Yeah, same here. 200 even.
Loki gives you a general amount. I haven't actually put down his actual weight, but it's just a standard sort of relatively thin guy's weight.
Alright.
So like $1.80 or something.
Yeah, $1.80.
500. 2, 6, 8. Gentlemen, together we all weigh roughly 800 pounds. I noticed when I noticed big guy there. I noticed when you broke your chain, the door began to close somewhat. That means to tell me that this door is being held open by at least 800 pounds of pressure.
So it is.
It might not matter, but it's just a thought.
In that case, how many of us are actually capable of applying 800 pounds of pressure?
I probably together we can.
I could probably do 600 by myself.
Well,
That's
I for one am not a potent individual.
I could.
Have you fed before?
Something
this
tells
happened?
me. Something tells me. If we take all of our weight off these chains, that door is going to close. So what we need is we need a way to get off these chains and have that door not slam shut on us. I'm thinking if we can get something stuck in that door.
Does it have hinges?
Problem is I don't see anything, and I don't. Valid point, but
It's
that was a sliding door.
The blades
I don't
on
see
your Leathermans. Jam them into the links of the chain. They'll buy you time. If you're fast enough to get to the door. If you're lucky, you can get to the door. If you're not, well, you just wasted too much time to begin with.
Well, how's about
We might need that point.
you assist us in breaking some of these chains for those who cannot exhibit such strength, and you hold on to them yourself, being, I take it, the strongest guy in the room. A pair of us may move to the door, attempt to apply some opening pressure, and...
Wait a minute. Is the door open right now?
Yes, the door is open.
What's on the other side of the door?
Blackness,
the
I'm
other side of the
assuming.
room- the other side of the door is completely dark. You can't see anything in there right now. Unless, of course, you specifically use heightened senses or something, and you'll have to roll for that.
I'll say, get me out of these chains. I can see in the dark.
Actually, save when you break the
That's
chains. Save a couple. I have an idea. I have an idea.
The passer points down to his leg. That's dangling's like this. begins walking over to other shit. I recognize you. You were at the church when I was trying to get a congregation.
Ah, yes. Now get me out of these chains.
You do realize I really can't help anybody.
Alright.
And why is that?
Well,
Alright,
God
Guthrie,
helps
I'm
those
gonna
who
try to
help
break mine.
themselves.
All right, give it a shot. Strength,
So-
potency, routine. It's the same difficulty as his, which was difficulty.
You don't have to,
Um,
because, like, you don't have to return the favor if I break the chain for you down the road. Can you agree to that?
let's see. You got 3 successes. You feel a bit of a weakening in the chain, but it's not enough to. You feel like a bit like you've strained the chain a little bit, but it's not enough to break it. As I said, 4 successes was what it took Charles to break in.
Are there keyholes on these chains, like manacle holes?
Actually, that's the interesting bit. Roll me a perception alertness.
I'll feel around for it.
Yeah, roll me.
Whoops, 1 too many dice.
Is that right?
4 successes.
Yeah, you find a sort of manacle hole, but the thing is, it's very, very small. It's like it's no bigger than the size of a pin.
I don't have any pins on me, do I? Look for someone
What would you need a pin for, sir?
to get these off of me.
Loki is going to.
It's like,
Loki is going to
Second
look down at
you
his.
don't need. How's that sound?
Well,
Second attempt,
attempt.
Guthrie.
second attempt, 4 successes. Yes, you succeed
help
breaking
you.
the chain. By the way, I should mention the chain starts slipping and the door starts closing more. How are you going to handle this?
Me? I want to go through the door.
No,
I'm
ask
gonna
me.
use the same tactic he did.
Take my help.
Pardon?
I'm gonna use the same tactic that the pastor did.
Okay. Yeah, you get in. Roll me again another Dex melee to make sure you don't cut yourself, or Dex craft if you have Dex craft. I think you have craft.
Hey guys, I want to yell back to Anishir. Listen, Anishir, I'm willing to cut a deal with you. You help me get out of this place, I'll help you get out.
Of course, but if you're the one who killed that man, I gesture to the center where the ashes are, there's no hope for you. Get
Why
me
the
out of
hell
this
would I?
chain.
That's against my path, man. That's something against my path. I want to kill.
It's against my path as well. Now these chains.
Fine.
I cut myself.
Jack will
okay.
return.
Take one back.
God damn it!
I should mention. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Slicing damage is not bashing damage, correct?
It's lethal. Lethal.
Yeah. Take 1 lethal damage.
Bashing is the lowest amount of damage you can give someone. Bashing is the lowest amount.
Oh.
Motherfucker!
Right, take 1 bashing damage. Take 1 bashing damage and mark it on your sheet, please. Or just
I need to make another. I need to make
Guthrie.
another strength to break out of Cheers chain.
Alright, you got 1 success plus your 2 poems. That's, is that still the same scene? No, it's all be a different turn. So I gotta roll 2 more dice, sorry. 1, 2, 2 successes.
is that 2 successes total?
Yeah.
The chain doesn't break. I told you. Like I said, given the way that both of them worked, it's 4 successes to break the chain.
Okay. You're gonna keep trying until you do it, or what?
You good? Yeah.
I'm gonna
I wanna
hold
say
on
it.
to the.
You wanna-
I'm gonna hold on to the
You
chain
wanna-
with my hands as he's trying to break it, so that way it doesn't just like rush into the wall. That way I can still hold on to it.
Can
You
you
know,
roll another 7 dice?
7 dice? Shit, I was rolling
I
6.
have especially strong guard. And I have especially
Alright.
strong
You,
guards.
you don't make it. I'm gonna just keep rolling till you make it. Is that what we're doing? 1, 2, 3. You don't make it.
This is going to take a bloody long while for him, and this is actually the reason why we have to have him keep struggling. Is so this way, you know.
You don't make
Yeah.
it.
All right. Guthrie, I'm gonna step over to Loki. I'm gonna step over to Loki's chain, and picking it up, I'm looking at him. I'm gonna speak. You owe me.
Excuse
And I'll
me,
try
I
to break
do
his.
believe I do have a idea. Loki is going to look down at his
Nothing. I got nothing.
manacle for the little hole or whatever,
Yes.
and see if either the pen tip or the small blade fits into the hole.
Give me a which one are you trying first? The pen tip or the pen tip or the little blade?
If this is one of those 4 clicker pens, I'm going to try one of the pens first because I don't want to risk snapping the blade. So
Right.
just trying the pen first.
Okay. Give me a dex. Give me a dex craft if you have craft, or failing that dex melee.
Is
Dex
that,
All right, now
works for me.
Guthrie.
is that
Guthrie,
necessary?
before we go any further, I need a clarification. We don't know what's in each other's pockets, right?
No. I mean, unless you guys showed it to each other, then no, you don't. Unless you guys deliberately showed it to each other, then no, you don't.
They would have seen the thing I was using, well.
Then in that case, well, the thing is that they would
Okay,
know
I
about it
wouldn't.
because the Leathermans have been snapped off.
I've seen that pen.
No, you wouldn't have seen that pen.
Yeah, but I wouldn't know about his
More
pen.
or less
I just want to make sure of
I'm
that.
trying to break Punisher's chain again.
Okay.
Guthrie, that's a 3 for the pen tip.
Congratulations, you just broke in, and with a little bit of wiggle around, your manacle snaps free.
Huh.
Yeah.
The chain move.
Yes, it is.
I specifically waited for Will to grab onto the chain before I attempted that, so
Okay.
I'm also going to
You
pull
didn't
the
say it
chain as
before
well,
then,
but
though.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Well, just
Yeah, I'm going to
Just
keep a hold
another
of it.
clarification, Guthrie. Just the clarification note.
Yes.
For Loki, you didn't actually say that you were waiting for me to do that. That's why Guthrie had the chain start moving.
Yeah.
But
which
we
is
can say
exactly.
now that
And
now
just
that
to
we're
make
grabbing
it clear,
Oh, I heard you say you grabbed the chains and then say you owe me, and then I interrupted with a sorry, let me try something. Sorry, if that wasn't timed.
Okay, cool. Well, so if that's the case,
now
I
that-
still
now
have
that I know that was
Matthew
in
still has
character,
a chain
we got
in
that
his
under
hand.
control. Okay, so you're okay. So now,
I want him to work on his chain
Now-
again.
How much? Okay, now that the chain, now I've got hold of his chain. How fast is the chain being retracted?
you are feeling a
I mean,
force.
is it retracted with?
Okay, well, initially it was moving slow because the other chains were holding, but now the fact that all 4 chains have broken, just to make it clear, you can feel a full 200 pounds of force. Actually, scratch that. You can, because of the fact that, let's see, your chain just got broken, Ardashir. Have you done? I should mention to finish this off. I need to know: are you trying the knife action or anything, or are you? What are you guys doing to make sure that
I don't have a knife, so I'm just holding on to it.
Okay. Then between the two of you, because of the fact that two knives have successfully held the chains in place, the two of you are feeling that the chains are starting to be pulled fast because each of you is feeling about 400 pounds of force. Sorry, it's about 200 pounds of force each on either chain. Like the door is quite like.
So about my own body weight.
Yeah, about your own body weight. You're basically right now having to prop a foot up against the wall to hold it in place.
I'm gonna
So
grab
bring the
Archer's
other
chain
chain.
and help him pull his back.
Okay.
Break
Well,
down the chain over here. I got an idea.
okay.
Okay.
Break the other two.
Can we make
All
the
right.
chains
What?
touch?
Well,
Yeah, we're gonna make the chains touch. Yeah, are they long enough to actually be able to reach each other?
Hang on. Let me pull up the diagram again so you guys can see. You see the fact that each of them is about the same length all together, and they're all equally spaced. In theory, you should be able to make 2 of them touch. The center 2, at any rate. You should be able to, in theory, to make the center 2 touch.
Okay. Well, what I want to do is I want to have put those 2 chains one on top of the other, and have someone stab their knife blade in to hold both of them, and see if that'll hold.
Okay. No, that reminds
I've already
Oh,
broke my
alright.
knife. I've already broke my knife.
Actually, pull back on. And I already broke mine. So I want to get
Mine's
on the
broken.
Archer's chain. You look for the. You have to chains together, man. I'll hold your chain. Just get your shit tied off.
Actually, wait a second. Okay, if the knife doesn't hold them, I'm gonna see if I can tie them together.
Roll me an intelligence. Roll me an intelligence science at this point. Matthew, roll me an intelligence science.
My manacle was removed. Could it be reclasped, perhaps?
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going for.
Yes, and that's exactly what I was about to say. Forget the tie together. Just roll me an intelligence science. You should be able to. Should be able to figure out just to reclasp the existing manacles. Well, oh wait.
Just one can because the rest of the chains were broken, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you're gonna.
Yeah, I got 4 on that on the intelligence science.
You can tell that if you guys actually, you can tell that if you get the strong guy to pull one of the chains back, the one of the ones that's untied, you could have the strong guy that as long as everybody else was supporting, you could have the strong guy, as long as the strong guy was holding the 2 chains, you could have someone else with Dex tie the 2 chains together. These chains are actually possible to be tied.
My Dex is pretty high.
All right, give it a shot.
Well, I think he's talking about clasping 2 ends of the chain together.
Well, no. The reason why I didn't quite know because the thing is that again, remember I said these were leg manacles. Leg manacles would have their manacle size.
Oh, too big.
Yes, exactly. That's why I had him roll an intelligence science.
Okay, too big. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I had him roll intelligence science.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, now you know.
I should pull this chain back even further.
Let's do it.
Okay, so somebody roll me a simple strength this time, Charles. If you're going to do this, you do not need to roll. You don't need to roll potence for this.
Can I roll to support?
7. And I guess roll guards.
Yeah, you don't need to roll potence to this. Just a general strength. And yes, you can roll the same as long as you guys are able to pull capable of 400 pounds without your potence. Then roll it. If not, pop in whatever potence you need.
Okay.
That's 7 dice for me.
Okay.
7 dice.
And I have strong guards specialty.
All right, coming up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 3 for you.
He overpowered me.
Okay. So Charles, you are now your character, the pastor, is now holding both chains. Do you want to try the Dex thing?
I couldn't. I did nothing pulling the chain. I did nothing pulling the chain, so I'll try the Dex. And all
right.
I'm assuming this is a Dex Athletics.
This will be. This is a fine manipulation skill, so therefore, let me check your stat sheet. What are your skills here? You have athletics, intimidation, brawl. Damn. Yeah, you ain't going on this one. Yeah, let's give you a Dex Athletics to make this work. Yeah, Dex Athletics.
Okay, so that's...
See, the problem is that because of the fact that normally the traditional skills that you guys would need for a lot of this stuff you don't have.
It's a 10 for single success.
No, because of the fact that you're tying chains together in a lit room, this is standard difficulty. So tying the chains will be 2 successes. You managed to get a knot in the chains, but you don't know how secure it will be.
Okay, cool.
So, do you guys want to let go and risk it?
Yes.
Okay.
Pull on it.
Pardon? You pull on it?
I'm gonna reach down and take the other end of one of the chains on the ground. It's been
All
severed.
right, big guy, pull against me.
Well, okay, roll a 7 dice for my strength again.
The number of successes you have will show how bad the knot was.
All right. Basically, I'm having him pull against me to check the knot. Basically, seeing if the knot comes loose, then we know it's.
Yeah. This is exactly why I'm having you roll this way.
Roll 7 dice. Roll 7 dice. Strong arms.
7 dice. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 2. 3.
Okay, based on the 3 and the fact that
no,
he's exerting
2, because we've removed the highest, right?
Okay. Based on the 2 successes, it's clear that the knot will hold at least against his strength, which will hold against his strength.
All right. Will it hold long enough for us to get through the door?
Risk
Do we
it.
think it will?
Yeah. From what you guys can tell, you would probably think that it would be enough to hold the door.
Loki is going to make a move while these guys are doing the whole thing with the chain. He's going to be taking notes, but he's going to make a move closer to the ashes and give a sort of poke at the ashes with the end of his pen.
Which reminds me, as you do, this is where a particular merit of yours gets rolled, and I need to find the exact definition of it based on what's on your sheet. Let me just double check to make sure I actually have the correct merit on your sheet. Bear with. I think I found a merit in there, and this is exactly a yes, good. This is exactly the merit I'm looking for.
Medium.
No, on Loki's sheet, I am specifically looking for medium and the definition to roll for.
It's in your notes. It's
that's
in
exactly
the
what I'm looking
PM
for.
you.
Yes.
I've got it too.
Okay.
I've got it too.
Okay. Because of the fact that you touched it, give me a perception awareness roll, Loki. Difficulty based on the fact that again it's been this will be difficulty 8 for what you're looking for.
1 success.
Yeah. You see a small flash. You see a small flash of a very faint flash of a young girl smiling, and then it lasts for a second of a young brunette girl smiling, and then it promptly disappears out of your and then it promptly just flashes away out of your eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna note that down in my pad and look around a little more in the ash, seeing if there's anything hidden in the ash itself.
Roll me direct perception alertness.
Or investigation's the same. Anyway.
I actually screwed that up. No, not to worry. I'll take care of that later. Go ahead. Yeah. So roll me a perception check on that.
2. Okay.
Having rolled the perception, you don't see anything in the ash. The ash is. Okay. But what you do tell is the fact that even despite the stuff you moved, you can tell that from the methods that the ash was poured as opposed to just happening to be there.
All right.
You can tell the ash was poured. All right. So that's your notes, and now that you guys have the have you guys let go of the chain?
I hope so.
Yeah, we need to roll Dex to get to the door.
Okay, as you guys roll to get to the door, the chain, the knot is holding, but you can hear a really bad creak and a strain at the door.
Yeah. Dex Athletics and Burning One Blood for celerity.
Smart move. Okay, everybody, is everybody going to do this attempt to get through the door?
Yeah.
I'm going to burn a blood for celerity on my own, and I have 6 dice for my Dex Athletics to get to the door.
Alright, here's your 6 dice roll. 1, 2 successes.
Alright, Guthrie, this is Dex Athletics, spinning 1 blood for, popping 1 blood for celerity.
Okay.
And then, well, no, excuse me, I can't pop but 1 per turn.
Okay.
I will spend 1 to buff my,
Ooh. Yeah.
Dex. And since that did not roll correctly, let me roll 1 more dice. Let me roll 1 more dice because there's actually supposed to have been 5. Just
That's
remember,
fair.
I had 2 successes.
Yeah.
Well, Celerity's a section to the roll.
Alright, make that 3.
Okay.
Okay,
So
3 successes total.
Okay. Yeah. So 3 successes. 3 successes, no successes, and ooh, this is going to go badly for all of you. But we'll go with this because you had 3 successes. You just make it to the other side of the door. Matthew, you make it to the other side of the door just as the chain snaps and the door starts to close. All of you roll me another dex and athletics to try to make it past the door. Charles, sadly, because of the fact that you didn't get it,
I'm not coming back.
First of all, by the way, I should mention the difficulty scale for each.
Got to dim my celerity, add to my successes to get through the door.
Oh right, I forgot about that. Sorry. You got to the door just as it started closing. This is a re-roll to get in. The 2 successes means that Charles, sorry, Ziggy, were you
going back for him?
Pardon?
I got a specialty to Swift, so that's 3 successes if it counts.
Okay,
He's
no.
got Swift.
Okay, you
Swift.
barely make it through. Charles, because of your celerity, you are literally almost caught in the door. Loki, you have to make me a second Dex Athletics roll.
Yep.
You are halfway through the door as it is closing. This is to see whether or not you make it through.
Another 2.
Yeah, you barely make it through. However, unfortunately in your case, because of the fact that your previous success was so low, you have to take one point of bashing damage because of the fact that one of your pinkies got lost.
Oh bother.
Yeah.
It's just
Everyone now, based on this, roll me a perception on the door. Everyone roll me a perception alertness on the door.
Stand by.
Okay, 4 dice.
Just the one.
Shit, that was something I forgot to do. Can't do it now, the door's shut.
1 success.
2.
1 success. And, 1 success. And, Loki?
Just the one.
And 2 for you. Charles?
One with heightened senses, though.
Okay, yeah, so 1 with heightened senses, so yeah, that's...
4?
Okay. Okay, based on that, you guys can all tell, all but Loki at any rate, can tell that there is a little glitter as the new light starts coming up in the new room, again due to the same chemical process as before, but there is a glimmer on the edges of the door that you just came through. There is diamond dust on the edge of that door, and it was watered steel. If you had been caught in that door, you would have been sliced in half. Consider that all of you were very effing lucky.
Damn.
Yeah, you got very effing lucky.
Are we in total darkness right now?
No, the light is slowly starting to come up. You guys can tell that it's the same chemical as before. Reacting to phosphoresce on the walls.
Can I do some sort of check to see if we have a chemical on us that's causing the reaction to actually start as we enter new rooms?
That's actually a good idea. Roll perception. Roll perception, science in this case. And I don't know if you have a science score. So let me double check your.
I have science 2.
All right, then roll me perception science.
2.
You have a vague idea that there may be something on you that's causing the light, but you honestly do not know. You have that vague
I can't
idea.
pinpoint it.
You have to careful perception survival secrets. No, the chemicals on this.
Pardon? Well, that's why I said. Well,
survival perception.
Hang on, sorry, I'm getting a couple of messages. I need to address these. I think these are...
just questions.
Well, I do believe that that we may be marked.
The fuck you mean marked? Well, obviously we're marked. We're here.
Not marked as in the for being hunted sense. Marked as in the we have some shit sprayed on us that makes the lights turn on.
Imagine that. So if we're gonna die here tonight, I'd like to at least know who I'm dying with.
Now, hang on, I need to pull up my sheet because of the fact that I'm letting you guys know that you're now in room 2.
Hard to shoot.
I need to pull up room 2 so this way you guys can see. Oh yes. By the way, have you guys moved? Have you guys moved more than 3 steps into the room now?
I only just made
I
it.
had not.
Just into the door.
Okay. Well.
Just walked in.
Oh, which reminds me. Everyone, roll me a perception alertness now.
4 dice.
Yeah, everyone roll me perception alertness.
This is for you, Charles. You got 1 success. I got
Right, stand.
3 successes.
Nothing for me.
Okay, then all of you. Okay, well then Loki is the one who. Loki's the one who sets this trap off.
I got 2.
Okay, you got 2. So luckily you missed the pressure sensor. And Ardashir, did you roll for Charles as well?
Charles got 1. I got 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so you two, so Ardashir and Matthew missed the pressure sensors, but Charles and Loki unfortunately step on theirs, and in the process, because of that, they unfortunately release the second trap. A group of, unfortunately, too quick for you guys to see because of the fact that you guys got caught flat-footed by this. You guys, a set of rods with manacles, rods backed by wires, drop down from the ceiling, grab you guys by your wrists, and literally yank you up into the air.
Is there a dodge check?
Pardon?
Yeah, can we dodge this?
You can try.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can try.
that's- yeah.
The 2 of you who did not step on the pressure sensors, give me the dex check. The 2 who didn't, however, are going to be stuck in the trap.
Alright.
So you and Loki got stuck. The other 2, roll me a dex check. Dex athletics to dodge.
Alright.
Alright, Guthrie, quick question. Since I
1, 2,
pumped
3,
on
2.
I pumped blood that previous in the other room, is that blood still active?
Yes, it is. Remember, it lasts for an hour. So, like I said, it hasn't been that long.
3 successes.
You dodge. Ardashir, roll me.
I already did. I got 2.
Whoa!
3 was just enough to dodge the trap. Max, Matthew, you're the only one who dodged. Ardashir, you saw it coming, but unfortunately,
Son of a...
react quick enough. Yeah. So, and every single one of you is now tied up in a situation where you have your arms pulled out and your legs pulled out, and you're kind of in a kind of crucifix type position, except that you're manacled from the ceiling and the floor. Except for Max.
All but one. One.
I'm in the same position as these guys?
Yep.
I don't have like a free arm or anything? With
Nope. But here's the thing. I have a solution for this particular puzzle, and I'm waiting to see if you guys figure it out.
So we're crucified on the ceiling?
No, you're basically suspended in midair from manacles to your wrists and manacles holding your feet.
Or hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah. Hanging from the ceiling, and also and manacles have propped up from the floor. Have also grabbed their ankles as well. Once they were secured from the ceiling, and the rods were shredded back down to the floor.
Okay, so everybody understands. Essentially, what's happened here is that the arms have been grabbed from the ceiling, and the feet have been grabbed from the floor. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so you're literally my understanding of what happened is when the ceiling manacles grabbed you, it yanked you up, and the floor manacles grabbed you and held onto your feet. So you're essentially just splayed there, basically, Da Vinci's man drawing style.
Exactly.
And suspended.
Exactly. Da Vinci's man drawing style.
It's just slip out of the arm manacles by dislocating my thumbs.
Pardon?
Is there any way I could dislocate my thumbs and slip out of the manacles?
Give it a try.
Say that again, Charles.
He said he wanted to try to dislocate his thumbs and slip out of the manacles.
Do they have the same hole in them as the other
Ow.
ones?
Nope. Nope, they don't.
Ow. It's pretty painful.
That would be straight strength to break the bones of my thumbs to do this, right? That'd be 7 dice to break the bones of my thumbs.
Ouch. Ouch. Damn, Pastor over here getting desperate.
Okay.
And here comes the fun bit.
Can somebody roll me 7 dice and break my thumbs to slip out?
I can roll for you. 7 dice, eh? Here we go.
Watch, he's gonna break his
1,
thumb and not be
2,
able to
3,
get
4, 5, 6. Depends what your strength or dex specialty is. There's a lot of successes there.
7. Strong arms.
Here's the thing. You do succeed in breaking your thumb. You don't succeed in getting out of the manacle. The manacle actually starts tightening around you as it forming.
I saw that one.
This has like, son of a bitch. This is like a fucking penalty skip I had to do when I was getting my creation rights. I'm not biting my hands off this time, damn it.
Like I said, it's only going to get better from here. It's only going to get better from here. Now, do you want to try, Charles? Do you want to try to use your potence to try to break the bonds, like as in try to snap the chains like you did in the previous room?
What's in this room?
Honestly, I'm going to make a... Can I make a wits alertness check to see if there's any way I could... just to get a lay of how these manacles are set up?
Give it a try. Wits alertness. Wits alertness. Artishir, give me a perception alertness. And I'm going to pull up the room and show you guys what else is in here.
2.
Give me a sec. Just so this way I can show you guys exactly
3,
what...
sorry, 3. Jesus Christ.
Pardon?
3 successes.
I got 3.
Okay. 3 successes. Give me a sec to pull back. We're all still on the screen share, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we are. See the first room.
And give me a sec to delete the. Give me a sec to sections and put in the new stuff.
My bandwidth is set so low I can't see whatever you're trying to screen share. Do you want to describe it?
Okay. Well, basically the thing is that in the room, I'm just going to generally get rid of the general stuff and just start putting new stuff in. So this way it takes too long to get rid of major lines, so let's just get rid of most of the general stuff. But anyway, so what's going to happen is I'm going to show you the 3 squares that basically show where every one of you is. 1, 2, and 3 are basically where you guys are. The right correction, I have to actually change out one of those squares. One moment, I accidentally flubbed this. With. Okay. So based on this fact, like I said, the manacles literally came down on rods and pulled you into these particular positions. Max, signaled by the arrow, is kind of over in this general area here. And the door, which I will symbolize by a wavy line, is the door from where you got. This is the door where you guys came in from room number 1. So, 3 of you are currently stuck in these positions over here. The arrow is where Max is. And let me go back to the chat to see about your check your guys' successes. You got 3 successes, Artishir. Okay. So with 3 successes, basically you pretty much see exactly what is in this room. You can also tell if you're looking as to what is in the room. You can basically tell the existing. You can basically tell that you are manacled in by what appear to be pressure sensor manacles to both your hands and feet. If you attempt to wriggle, it will. If you will attempt to wriggle, it will. They apparently sense your movement and will. They sense your movement and will directly tighten accordingly based on how you move. The same goes for you, Charles, if you've rolled similar and tried to figure out how the manacles work.
Okay, but there's nothing else in the room?
No. It's just it's pretty much exactly as you see it at the moment. As far from your level of successes, that is exactly what you can tell.
And the door leading out of this room, is it open or closed?
No. The door, you know where the door previous was, but that door is shut, and you're basically stuck in a room right now. There is no open door at the moment.
Is there another door though that's closed, or is it just a door we came from?
You can tell that there is another door on the far side of the room. Pick which one of these 3 you are. A, B, or C.
A.
So A. Yes. If you look around the other side, you can see the 2 circles. That there is a closed door on the far side of the room.
All right. I'll remain motionless and see if this trap has like a time where it just deactivates itself if no one struggles. I at least won't struggle.
Okay. And we have to wait for Loki and Bobo. What do you guys want to do?
I want to play possum.
Okay. Loki?
I'm going to try and test to see how much give and take each of them have. I think I've only got like 1 thought of strength, so I'm not yanking at it, but I'm just trying to, move my wrist around, see if it's just tightening around my wrist as tight as it can go, sort of thing. Or...
Okay. Are you B or C?
I'm probably closer to the back. So
you're beat. Okay, so you're beat. Ardashir and Ardashir and the pastor notice that one of their arms, respectively, starts feeling a pull on it.
Does it coincide with?
Yes, with him pulling on the rope.
Remain absolutely still.
Why?
This is going to get tighter, man.
The more you pull, the harder it is.
These ankles get tighter the more you move.
Okay.
So is my pulling affecting you two?
Yes.
So it's a reverse version of the chains. If one of us goes free, all of us go free.
I suppose. We can only wait and see.
Now the quick question is, do all of you go limp?
I do.
Charles?
I'm limp.
What about you, Loki?
Yeah.
The moment all three of you go limp, it turns out that the thing is a glorified version of a Chinese finger trap. Pressure sensors from the building, from the roof, in the roof, you hear a click, and all of a sudden your manacles all go free, and you all collapse to the floor.
I rub my wrists and smile.
I'm almost going to blow this out of my broken thumbs.
That's the best it's got? That's the best it's got? Wow.
No.
Loki's gonna look at Ardashir and give him a nod, like with a newfound respect of him. There was some good thinking there.
Divine inspiration.
Now, do you guys go into room 3?
Investigate the door first.
The door's open.
With caution.
Yep.
Okay. Now here comes the fun.
Whoa, Guthrie, before we do it. Remembering what Loki said about that we might be marked.
Yes.
I'm going to take off my shirt. I'm going to take my shirt off.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw it into the next room and see what happens.
Nothing happens.
I'm going to look for cameras. If I've missed something, I'll look at the ceiling to see if there's like a camera following us.
This is going to be a much greater difficulty. Roll me perception alertness. Actually, correction. Give me a sec to find your sheet. I need to find out if you have a certain specific skill in there.
I have technology.
Okay. That's not actually the skill that I'm looking for. Let me actually double check your exact character sheet. One moment while I find it. I am looking for. Here we go. I need to find out if you have. Roll me a perception stealth, difficulty 9.
Alright, that's good, because my stealth is 3, my perception is 2, that's 5 dice, 9.
Yeah.
Nope, didn't do it.
Nope, you don't see any cameras.
Okay, totally cool.
Loki's gonna take a quick look around the room, the room 2 that they're currently in.
Okay.
Just to see if there's any other sort of, clues or anything else that would pertain to the overall, like, whodunit situation.
Take a quick look. Yeah, so go ahead. Perception alertness or perception investigation, whichever you prefer. Actually,
both the same for me. Two for that.
You don't find anything in this room.
Can I make a perception alertness? Look around the turn, see if there's any more traps or any light sockets that can short out.
4 dice.
These traps are electrical. I'm almost if I can think of them all.
You botched it.
Yeah, 4 dice.
You botched it.
Okay. Now.
Perception stealth from Matt.
Okay. I'm checking for the same.
Nope.
No. You guys don't see any cameras. You guys don't see any cameras.
Alright, next room. We gotta check the door before we step in it.
The door will shut automatically upon your entry into the next room.
Alright, you say, once we're inside, don't step too far. And I'll step into the next room first, keeping a close eye on the floor.
And I will step in behind him, looking at the roof, but I'm not going first.
Okay.
Loki's
Everyone
going
now,
to.
or is it just you three?
Loki's going to lag behind.
Hang on, sorry, one at a time, please. Firstly, is everyone in the room now? Is everyone in room 3?
Loki's going to lag behind the group and see when the lights turn on. See if there's any indication of who might be marked. So, like, see if the lights react to one specific individual entering the room.
No lights go on.
After you, good sir. He motions the priest through.
I'm gonna step in cautiously. I'm just gonna look at the floor. I'm not going very far in.
Okay, so so here's the next thing that's going to be the point. All of you. Okay, so are all of you in the room?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if the lights don't turn on when the other guys walk through, he's gonna walk through.
No, the lights don't turn on when the others walk through.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna walk through as well.
As you walk in, the door shuts behind you, and no lights turn on.
No lights turn on?
No lights turn on.
Excellent.
Staying
However-
completely still and staying put.
However, here's the problem. All of a sudden, all of you start feeling a bit of a weird pressure in your bodies. You all of a sudden just start feeling nauseous and queasy and just feel like your insides are starting to go weird, inexplicably.
Do we smell anything?
No, but roll me an intelligence science. Any one of you who has intelligence science.
Nope.
Would
Indeed.
medicine work in this?
One,
This,
two,
medicine
three.
might, but this is strictly a scientific expertise. It would be a science followed by a medicine.
5 successes on the int science.
Okay, you got it.
Okay.
Let's see Matthew roll it as well. I want to see whether he gets it.
I got 2.
Okay, you have a vague idea, and Loki definitely knows this. You two have a vague recollection of a concept called infrasound. This is at 10 hertz, and the thing is that it's below the range of human and even possibly vampire hearing unless you use really good heightened senses, i.e. difficulty 10. But the thing is that because of the fact that it's below that range, when played at a particular frequency, it can cause nausea, and as the sound gets turned up, it causes increased stress in your body. Which reminds me, I believe now that this is when the I believe this classifies as increased stress. Matthew, I believe Matthew, this classifies as increased stress.
Yes, it does. Yes,
Yes.
it does.
Oh shit.
And on top of that, you are also going to notice that the intensity of the feeling is slowly starting to increase. It is just getting worse and worse.
All right. As the intensity begins to increase, you notice that Matthew reaches into one of his pockets, and he produces a cloth of some type, and he puts it to his nose, and he begins to inhale deeply.
Oh, this is fun.
It's black, right? It's dark everywhere, right?
It's pitch black. I don't think we're
pitch
going
black.
to notice
Which
that
reminds
too
me,
easily.
is any of you invoking heightened sense at this time?
I'm invoking Serpentis of 2, and you guys would hear my like a tongue flicker in and out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
As I have the ability now to
Oh yeah.
Additionally, the tongue is highly sensitive to vibrations. It's only vibrations. I can
Brilliant.
function effectively in the darkness.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I knew that this was going to come out. And now for the pièce de résistance, which I'm about to do to all of you.
Loki is not invoking heightened senses because he doesn't want to be more susceptible to whatever the fuck's screwing with him right now.
Bravo! Bravo!
Matthew's not invoking it because he doesn't have the capability.
Yeah, no, exactly. All right. Now that all of you, and now that you've got the Serpentis 2 activated, not only do you feel all of a sudden, even though it was at a decibel level of around 50, give or take, despite the fact that the ultrasound was getting really bad, all of a sudden the decibel range on the ultrasound shoots up to 200. Well beyond the damage level. You are all feeling it, and on top of that, weird strobe lights start flashing through the room as in the sort that would induce seizures.
Ah, mother! Closing my eyes.
And yes, you are all now experiencing levels which in theory should be blowing your head apart. Roll me a stamina check, every single one of you. Roll me a stamina check. This is doing 2 bashing, 1 ag. You cannot soak the ag, but you might still have a chance to soak the soak the bashing.
I soaked the bashing.
Okay. You were
Soak it. I got the ag.
okay, so every one of you took an ag. You avoided the bashing. You avoided the bashing. You took 1 bashing, Loki.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. Afterwards, everything stops. The sound stops, the light stops, and everything. And you're back in darkness.
Good. What the fuck?
Now to top it off, for the fun bit, silence. Dead silence, no stimulus for the next 3 hours. You are left in a dark room after having had all that for the next 3 solid hours. I'm not going to actually wait to do 3 solid hours in real time in gameplay. We're simply going to say that you guys have gone through 3 solid hours worth of shit.
When I talk, is it audible? Can people hear me?
Oh yes, people can still hear you, but not really because of the fact that again the infrasound has been fucking with their eardrums along with everything else.
Over the course of 3 hours, though?
No. I mean, eventually it starts to return to normal. You guys can hear each other, but that's it. You can't see. You can't see. You can't see, and there's no light.
Okay, over the course of the 3 hours, I would think that we would get to know who each other are. We're supposed to be solving this mystery. We need clues.
Exactly. Yeah. So exactly. So yeah, go for it.
Look, I said it about what feels like maybe an hour ago. If I'm gonna die, I'd like to know who I'm dying with.
I told you my name.
That's all the prices about.
Matthew.
I'm Loki White.
Loki?
I had interesting parents, both mortal and otherwise.
Obviously.
Okay, now to cancel the screen share because after the 3 hours, the voice pops in again in your guys' room. Despite the fact that you guys missed this, remember the same wall that was projecting all those lights?
Yeah.
One of the giant walls has a screen come on with the guy on it again.
Hey, this fucker's back.
Hello. Now that you have had a chance, now that you've had a chance to recuperate, and I have your attention, let us go into each of your deepest, darkest secrets, shall we? For example, Ardashir, I think, no. Rather than starting with Ardashir, let us start with some of the flaws with Loki here. Let us see what his background. Let us go through some of the old files pertaining to him and see what we have. Ah, yes. I think this actually will pertain. I think that this will actually do you quite nicely. In the process, you see an image flashes on the screen of a 6-year-old little girl who looks perfectly innocent in pigtails, and she's who looks perfectly innocent, and she's holding a teddy bear. Loki and Ardashir, roll to prevent frenzy.
Damn.
Hold on.
Wow.
Let me double check my
Ow.
file here.
I'm on path of
I'm deliberately
metamorphosis.
tapping a particular flaw of both of you.
Let's see.
What do you? I'm not familiar with the paths. What do you roll to? Don't you just have to ride the frenzy if you've got instinct?
Yeah. If you have instinct,
Yes.
yeah. If you have instinct.
Yeah,
You can't
so it's like-
spin. What you can do though, you can spend a willpower to come out of it, but you can't spend a willpower to stop it.
So, did you roll a self? Did you succeed?
I guess we can't roll because it's instinct based.
No. If you guys have self-control, then you can. If you guys have self-control, you can attempt to roll. You can attempt to roll to prevent frenzy.
I don't think Path of Night is self-control, but let me check.
If your path allows self-control, roll to prevent frenzy. If not, go into frenzy.
Conviction, instinct. It's instinct.
Loki flips shit.
Now, quick question: do both of you
What the
attempt?
fuck? God damn shit!
Do both of you attempt to attack the screen?
They
Uh,
should.
Loki
Well,
runs.
well,
Loki
frenzy-
basically runs towards the screen.
Yeah.
Raises his pen with the little knife attachment and goes to stab directly onto the child's forehead.
See, this is exactly the sort of shit I was expecting.
Amateurs.
Oh.
I said that in game, by the way. Amateurs.
It does say under the flaw, roll
Man,
self
they just because
control
they
or
never
instinct.
came upon.
Okay, so if you rolled self-control, and you only had 2,
Let me just
You know
roll
what?
just to see what happens.
okay, you know what? It was difficulty 8, so you had 1 success. You just barely got out of you just barely got out of the front. You just barely. prevented yourself
I
from-
didn't make it a. That was a different roll.
Okay, well, yeah, no,
I do go frenzy. I attack the
so does
screen.
Loki. So both of you are in frenzy. What do you do? Describe your frenzies.
We fuck up shit.
Yeah, Loki just charges straight towards the screen with his little knife attachment of his.
That reminds me, I have to check the pastor as well to see whether or not he needs to roll. I need to check his flaw list to make sure that as to whether or not he.
I don't feed on kids, but I don't really give a shit about humans at all. I don't feed
Yeah,
on
I know.
kids, but I don't care.
No, I'm just checking. Oh, damn it. No, hang on. Just checking your flaw. Just trying to find your merits and flaws on here. What is your? It says you have prey exclusion. It doesn't specify what your prey exclusion is.
Kids. I don't feed on kids. It don't mean I won't frenzy if I see kids getting hurt. I just don't feed from kids.
No, but not to worry. It gets better. It gets better. That's exactly what I'm saving that for. So, to continue. So the both of you are in frenzy. Do you try to spend a willpower to get out of the frenzy? Oh, and by the way, you succeed in damaging the screen somewhat, but it doesn't shatter. It just cracks a little bit.
Yeah, after seeing the image crack, Loki spends the willpower to focus himself, having ridden the frenzy, if but for a short moment, to get rid of the disgusting image of innocence in his eyes.
Okay, now Loki. What about you, Zay? What about you, Artisher? Do you come out of the frenzy?
I don't spend a willpower, but I'm gonna roll for it.
All right, roll to get back out of the frenzy.
Got 2 out of the 5 I need to get out.
Yeah, you're still in frenzy.
It's cumulative, right?
Wow.
So 2 for the first turn.
Yeah, so as you keep going, you're still bashing at the screen without much success, by the way, because this thing is like, I built this thing really frickin' well. But anyway, as it continues, and as you continue bashing at the screen, Loki, if you come out of it, roll me an intelligence investigation.
And that's 1, 2, 3 successes.
You will remember that the girl. In this footage is vaguely familiar to you.
Is it the same sort of picture as the girl that I saw with the ashes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna note that down.
By the way, now here's the thing as well. This particular clip cuts off, and now this is where it actually goes to Charles Bobo's character to roll for frenzy. You hear a the pastor hears the following as this clip goes dark. he hears the girl. He hears the young girl go, "Please, mister, don't hurt me." And you hear a hiss, and then it goes black. A very faint hiss, and it goes black.
Okay. Frenzy difficulties are at too high, so what's the difficulty you're gonna put on those?
Like I said, I'm gonna put this as a difficulty in. Actually, let's see what your willpower is. That will determine it. Hang on, let me find your character sheet again. Let me find your character.
6.
Yeah, sorry, just checking your willpower.
Never mind.
Yeah, no, with willpower 5, yeah, you've got standard difficulty to get to not go into frenzy.
So that's gonna be actually 8 for me, not the.
Yeah,
okay,
because
I'm gonna roll
he's,
my instinct to try to ride it.
Yep, it'll be 8 because of what he is.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. All right, so.
So I roll 2 dice for my instinct.
Oh, well. Here you go. 4 and an 8.
And this is to ride it. This is right, so I'm still frenzied and it's got control over it at the moment.
Yeah, well, give it a turn, and the we now have one of you back out of frenzy, and 2 of you still frenzying.
All right, is it this next turn? Do I make another roll?
Fucking pedophiles.
Okay, so now to continue.
Wow.
I failed the next roll, but I didn't botch it.
But you're still stuck in frenzy.
Still breaking shit.
We're going to let this
How about we calm the fuck down?
Now for good measure, I'm now going to go oh, and here's the funny bit. Remember that as a result, there's been increased stress in this overall period. Do you wish to spend a willpower to suppress your tick?
I do not.
Okay, so yeah, your tick is getting worse as you're trying to speak through this. You're doing the breathing worse and worse. So a lot of you are going through a psychological period. And finally, though, I should mention that in the process of all of this, I have just dropped you 2 clues. I've just dropped you 2 clues in all of this. You're going to have to think back and try to remember them at a later point. But in the process, as this goes, we're now going to go through your character sheets again and address a couple of other flaws just to fuck with you guys. Let's just see how far I can push this. Now while he's in frenzy, okay, well, let's see. We've already dealt with your prey exclusion. We've dealt with that. Let's go back to Ardashir and see what else I can... Oh, yes. While he's in frenzy, let me make sure that I've got... Nope, that's the wrong one. You're not the one who I'm looking for. I'm looking for, I think, Loki, which means...
These are not the kindred you were looking for.
Hang on, I'm just trying to find... Yeah, exactly. I'm very much... Hang on, I'm just trying to find your flaws here. Yes. Nope. Oh, actually, come to think of it, I don't think that any one of you has this flaw, which means that that's irrelevant. Okay. So over the next couple of... Oh, damn, my computer's being a pain. Okay, so over the next couple of hours, you guys are still... Now, what's interesting is the fact that these particular clips play on a loop over and over again for the next little while, just to keep you guys in frenzy.
Okay, I'm going to try to roll the resist.
Yeah, try to roll.
I got a total of 4 so far.
Okay.
I'm still in control of my faculties.
Well, once it's clear that you guys are no longer... Okay, well, once it's clear that you guys are out of frenzy, if you guys do manage to get out of it at all...
Yeah, Loki's going to be facing the opposite way, scrolling onto his notepad.
I did it.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
La 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 la, can't hear you. La 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 la.
Okay. Yeah, you get out.
I'm out of frenzy, but I just spent like 5 turns bashing the television.
Okay, so yeah, that television is now thoroughly broken. Now it's thoroughly broken. And now that you guys are finally dealt with all of that crap, the door to room 4 opens. Congratulations. By the way, I should mention it's the door to the bottom of the room, so you're hanging a right into room 4.
All right. Is it well lit? Because I'll peer inside.
Hang on. Let me pull up the stats I had for room 4 just to make sure that I got this right one. Did I?
Yeah, same thing. Because if it's not lit, if it's not lit, we're gonna use this. We're gonna same tactic. I'm assuming.
Okay, now if
Step in and don't do shit until the room comes
wait,
on.
hang on. Yeah, no, hang on. Okay, so yeah, room 4. Oh, guess what, guys? This is the first fun. This is the first fun map where you have to solve a puzzle as players, and you don't get to do any rolls.
All right.
Yeah, I decided to throw you guys a bit of a curveball when I decided to throw you guys a bit of a curveball when I made this maze. So
Let's see what we got.
all right,
Well, let's have it.
Loki's going to let Ardisha walk through first.
smart move. Okay, but yeah, you guys keep doing that while I set up the puzzle. So I need to get the screen share up now.
He's basically going to continue. He's basically going to continue his sort of mini experiment to see if it's like one of us specifically that's marked.
Okay.
So he's going to sort of pull Will back a little bit. And
Now, Yeah, now this is the fun bit. Now where did I put? Sorry, I'm trying to find my screen share. Bear with me here. My tech is. But
Yeah,
hey,
your screen share is up, bud.
Your
screen share was up.
I had the wrong section. Good. Now that I have it, now that I have full screen, I can finally go back and do this. Where is it? No, you were not.
What?
You were not supposed to see
you
that.
might not want to see that. Yeah,
No.
yeah, you
Okay,
might
there
not.
we
Yeah.
Okay,
So
good.
I don't think we're supposed to see that.
Okay, this is the thing that is now up. This is the thing that is now up.
Okay.
The voice comes back. Okay. I should mention the voice comes back into the system, and says. And now remember, for this particular, you will need to act as your characters without doing any rolls. You will need to. So this way you can experience the danger your characters are in. Basically, you see on one wall a new. You see the saw figure come back up and go, "Greetings, everyone, and now a little mental puzzle for you." And as it flips, you now see a clock face, and he says, "This is how it's going to work. Every one of you will now put your finger on the 12. Every one of you, to solve this puzzle, will put your finger on the 12. Everyone put your finger on the 12 in real time as if you were actually doing this."
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's have. Yep. Let's go. Let's do it.
Each of you will now. You are all to. I will not be able to hear this, but you will all. One of you. Each of you in your own turn. I've given you 4 separate clocks. Each of you pick a number from 1 to 12 and think of it in your head. Do you have it?
Yes.
Good. Now I want you to start moving your finger around the clock clockwise, spelling out the number. Have you done that?
Yes.
Spelling out the numbers.
All right. Out of game note. You. All right. Essentially, so we're counting.
The number 1 is O-N-E. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
I'll just do this in my normal
sure.
voice. Yeah. So like I said, each of you has put your finger on the 12. You are to move around the clock. Clockwise, spelling out the number that you have thought of.
All right. Just wanted to be sure. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. Are all of you on your new number now?
Yes.
Okay. Now I
Yes.
want you all to move your finger around. I want you to move around the clock again, further clockwise, spelling out the number that you are now on. Yeah, are you done?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, now one more time you will now spell out the number that you are currently on. Again, doing the exact same thing as the last 2 times before. Okay. Are you on your last number now? Have you done that? Have you done that one?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I don't know what your original numbers were, nor do I know what numbers you were on, but I happen to know that you are all now on the 1. Figure out how I did this, or you will die.
And at this point, you hear a hissing into the room, and all of you can smell gasoline vapors.
It's a math trick, gentlemen, but I have no idea how we did it. It's a math
One of you will have to figure out exactly how I did this out of character, or otherwise you're going to all get fried. I told you I had some curveballs thrown up. And yes, there is an easy way to solve this problem.
Actually, leave the clock back up.
Leave the clock up.
Yeah, I'm leaving the clock up. I'm leaving the clock up. Sorry, I was just checking to make sure whether or not you guys were working on the problem. But no rolls on this one. There are no rolls on this one. But you see, this is to try
Is it perhaps that no matter what combination of 3 numbers that you pick, they will always add up to 12?
We have from 1 to 12.
It's 11 numbers.
We have the only options moving 3, 4, 5, and 6. Those are the only options because all of those from 1 to 12, if you take all the numbers and you assign to them letters, to their spelling, the only choices are moving 6 times, 3 times, 5 times, or 4 times, nothing in between.
Bravo, you lot! And of course, in the process of this, the window, the door does open. However, you hear a shink from behind you. All of you roll a Dex Athletics right now.
All right.
Oh god, another one.
Difficulty 8. All of you roll Dex Athletics.
Another one.
Oh, fuck me.
Dex Athletics, everybody's favorite role.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
My favorite row.
Oh,
Dex
I
Athletics.
aced this one. Look at me,
You
man.
dodged. Well, Artisteer managed to dodge.
Acing it like a pro.
Yep.
Like a boss.
What about
Fail, but
Charles?
not a
And,
bot.
what about Charles? Loki. Loki.
Fail, but not a botch.
Sorry, Loki.
2. I got 2.
You got 2. And Charles, what did you roll?
Yeah. Remember, Charles is waiting on.
Oh, sorry, Charles. How many dice in total do you roll?
For Dex Athletics.
7? That's a good roll, man. Oh, hey,
A
man.
hell of a roll.
3 successes, 4 if the 10's double.
Yep. No, you 3 miss it, but sadly, Loki, you've been hit by an arrow on fire. As the door opened to the door, you were hit by an arrow that was on fire from across, from behind. It runs you literally an inch away from your heart. However, you are now on fire. Everyone roll frenzy check to prevent themselves from frenzying while fire is in the room.
Self-control.
Oh, fuck
Everyone
me.
roll
Self-control.
Also, remember that I had gas hissing into the room?
Oh,
Remember the
crap.
fact as well that there was some gas that was going off in the process.
Oh, that's the crap.
Everyone attempt to roll frenzy self-control to get out of the room and not try to run around like chickens with their head chopped off because the fire's currently going around them.
Isn't that courage for Rorschach?
Oh,
as
You're
opposed
right.
to
Yeah, sorry. Everyone roll. Well, no, it's everyone roll
courage?
frenzy.
It's courage. I got one more
Alright.
die. Well, that didn't
Yeah,
help.
same here.
But
I failed
it literally is a frenzy check in this case. It's like basically everyone roll courage not to frenzy.
I failed it, but I think with Rorschach you run to the safest zone anyway. Don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Does everyone
Yeah.
else-
I pass it, but I'm getting the hell out of Dodge
I
regardless.
failed it, so I'm running to the safest zone.
So Charles, do we roll for you?
What's your roll, Charles? How much? 5?
5.
5? Wow, okay. Wow, you super did it.
Okay.
Jeez.
No, I said it was difficulty 8.
He did it with 1 then, because there was a 10 in there. so he
Oh,
did
I
it.
did it with 1. Yeah, I did it with 1.
Both of you barely managed to get control and start moving to the safe zone. And Artisteer obviously won it by a landslide. But
No, I did not win it. I failed it.
No.
Okay, so you're trying to run to the safest zone, kind of. But the problem is, though, is that again, remember, Loki is now running with you with an arrow on fire through him, and him on fire because of the gasoline that was on him, because of the fact that the gasoline vapor that got on him and all of you because you were in the room.
Okay, here's a question. Did we run into the next room? Did we run into the next room?
Well, yeah, you guys can run into the next room, but remember, Loki's still on fire. So
at this point, hell no. I'm gonna run to the next room and see if the door slams shut behind us and leave him alone.
Okay, that's the funny bit. See, that's the funny bit. All of you are in the room now because you ran. See, here's the thing. I built a consistency with these doors. These doors only shut when all four of you, if alive, are in the next room.
Is the gasoline still spilling into the room that we were just in?
But the problem is, though, is that again, right now, you are still on fire.
Indeed.
You are still physically on fire. Which reminds
me. Tell me the extent of the fire. Is it just because the arrow's on fire? Is it just that part of him that's on fire? Or is
I'm going to.
Okay. If I could show you, I'm going to show you guys a visual using a pen as an example.
Okay.
Basically, the fact is that all of you were coded. All of you were. What happened to Charles?
He's going to jump back. He's got bandwidth problems.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. I'll just tell you this out of character while we're dealing with that. The problem is that basically the arrow, like I said, literally struck Loki through the back about a ½ centimeter away from his heart. However, what happened was that because he was coated in gasoline, the fire that was on the arrow rapidly spread, touched off the gasoline as it moved through him, and rapidly took over his body, rapidly started setting his entire body on fire.
Okay, that's
all
like
right. Now that's like level. Yeah, that's like level 3.
Loki's going to spend a willpower to not flip the fuck out and try and maintain a cool head. And he's going to attempt to fleshcraft all of the flesh that came in contact with either the gasoline or fire off of his own body.
And that's what I was looking for.
Well, you need to make contact with. You would technically, under Detroit rules, you would need to roll a grapple, but you can't really grapple yourself. So you're kind of assuming.
I botched grappling myself.
Yeah, I missed myself.
I love pulling this kind of shit because I know about the technicalities of Detroit rules, and I like I said, I specifically made this for this kind of.
Yeah.
I told you guys I was gonna be fucking nasty.
All right, I'm just doing a quick. Trying to throw the fucking flesh off of myself, so I think it's only difficulty 5. Is it Dex Medicine?
Okay.
Dex Medicine. Dex Med.
Okay, roll your Dex Medicine with flesh crafting and gear.
4 successes.
Just for the record, you're an asshole.
Hey, it's cold in the D.
It is cold in the D. It is cold in the D.
Okay. So, Loki just flesh crafted himself and knocked off a whole bunch of his flesh in order to be able to. And now my camera's fucking up. One moment.
No, you're fine.
It's all good.
No, you're fine on my end. Yeah, you're fine on my end.
My computer was fucking up, so I decided to reboot. Anyway, so long story short, Loki just caught himself on fire because an arrow went through and touched off on the gasoline that was leaking into the system. The thing is that the only difference was if they succeeded, then only one of them would get hit. Then they might only get hit by arrows, and they'd have a chance at getting away. If they failed, a spark would go off and immolate the entire room. So basically, only Loki got hit by the fire this time. This was the benefit.
Can somebody has he put himself out or what?
He's probably knocked the flesh off, but the flesh is still toasty on the floor.
Well, we can get away from that.
Yeah, I'm running the fuck away.
Oh, which reminds me, you are now in room 5, which means I now have to bring up the traps for room 5. Oh, and that reminds me, in the process of all of this, every single one of you, actually, you know what? Roll me.
Let me guess.
This is not
Dex Athletics. I see it coming.
This is not a Dex Athletics for this one. The first one is a luck dice. We're going to roll a d4. We're going to roll a d4 to start, and then the person who gets hit by the d4 of 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to call high or low. This is not. This is because of the fact that you are all This is because of the fact that you are all being preoccupied by the fire. This is exactly why this is going to go off.
Barrett, back 2 seconds.
Okay, 4 here.
Okay, rolling. Okay, so which one of you got the highest number?
I'm the only one that's rolled so far.
Well, I was going to roll the d4. So I was going to roll the d4.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so now everyone cancel. I'm rolling the d4 on this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 with from left to right on my screen. Charles is 1, Ardashir is 2, Loki is 3, and Matthew is 4. So rolling. 4. Will, call it high or low?
Let's make a high.
Okay, high. You got lucky. The spike that was coming down from the ceiling to lobotomize you barely missed you.
This son of a bitch.
It
Very
literally
sorry
was
about
spiked
that.
right down from the ceiling that would have cleaved right through your brain, and then based on the D10 roll,
almost
which abilities you would have. Oh, which reminds me now. Everyone start rolling Dex Athletics. Everyone.
Yeah,
Start rolling-
yep.
Seven dice.
Good. I'm gonna spend a willpower on this because I'm sick of fucking Dex Athletics. Loki has been caught off so many fucking times that he's making sure to try and.
I got 7.
They're on a roller coaster.
I got 7.
I
if
got
it's swift.
one.
Okay, you got 1. And you got Ardashir. How many do you get? Oh, you
7 if it's swift.
Oh, you beat by a landslide. But you got
Charles.
roll
Watch,
Charles,
look, he's gonna
Charles,
fail
please.
this.
Roll Charles, please.
3. Charles got 3.
Okay, Charles got 3. Okay, so from this, you completely miss getting skewered, Loki. Sorry, not Loki. Ardashir. Based on the 2 and the 1 successes. Because of how fast these particular things are moving, Loki, you get skewered in the shoulder. You get skewered by a spike directly to the wall in the shoulder.
With 3 successes?
Yeah, oh, sorry, you said you had 3?
I spent a
Yeah,
willpower.
yeah,
Oh, right, because you
Yeah.
spent 3. Sorry, you don't get skewered in the shoulder. You get skewered in the hand.
You.
With 2, you get skewered in. With 2, you get skewered in the arm, and you get skewered in the bicep, and we're gonna have Charles skewered in the thigh, and every single one of you is pinned to the wall.
3 successes.
Except for me, right?
Wait, you got 3 successes?
I had 1.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
I had
Yeah,
1.
Sorry, no. Okay, sorry. Correction. 3, 3, 1. Sorry, the
Yeah,
2 of you.
I had
Sorry,
1.
Charles and Loki get skewered by a hand. Will, because of the fact that you only got 1 success, you are skewered completely through the torso, but again, just missing your heart.
Oh!
Oh, and by the way, as a heads up,
Ow,
all
what
of
the
these
fuck,
spikes,
motherfucker,
all of these spikes,
damn it.
as a heads up, all of these spikes are silver laced.
Oh shit.
So you have a limited amount of time before the silver in your system poisons you. It's been specially tailored in a way that will poison you, and you are on a time limit of 5 physical minutes, real time, which I am starting a timer for. And so everyone keep an eye on that.
I'm pulling the multi-tool out and I'm flipping the foul on. I'm going to begin fouling the skewer off my hand.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Like I said, I should mention that all of these skewers are crossing straight through the room, as in basically they've gone from one wall, clean through the wall, through the other wall, skewering you. Like they are the entire room wide.
Jesus.
Now here's the thing.
Oh, that's easy. I'm just going to rip the fucking thing out.
Wait. Hang tight. I couldn't hear you, Guthrie.
Pardon? No. But no, the thing is that, like I said, every single one of these, and you guys I will actually show you exactly where you are on the drawing right now. Because of this fact, basically, you see where the squares are? You see where the squares are?
Alright, so that's where we're stuck at?
No. You guys are on the corresponding walls. The only person who's free is Ardashir. The only person who's free is Ardashir.
Guthrie, here's what I'm doing since it's stuck in my head. I'm just going to the damn... And
it's right through the bomb. It's right through the bomb.
It's basically, you just got Jesus. You just got Jesus.
Yeah, you and Loki both just got Jesus.
Do we all take damage from this? Or do we,
yes, you
roll
do.
us-
I
roll us
was going to say, not only do you guys take an initial ag damage that you can't soak from this. Each of you is taking slow lethal damage, and within 5 minutes, if you do not get your arms free, you will be dead. But it's a very slow trickle.
Why do we take ag from the initial?
So we're supposed to all of us are sitting at an initial at 2 ag already.
Yes. You're now starting to take lethal.
Loki's at 3 from fire.
I'm at 1.
Yeah, but like I said, Ardashir figures it out quick.
Charles, hang tight, man. We couldn't hear a
You guys are slowly
word of
dying
that,
from this
Charles.
particular adventure. I warned you. But the good news is, though, is that if Artisaur figures it out, you guys will be able to get to the next room alive.
Okay.
This son of a bitch that stuck me! God damn it. Fucking A, man.
Okay.
Loki's going
How
to try
about a
and
hand here,
fleshcraft
somebody?
his-
Damn.
Loki's going to try and fleshcraft his hand out of the situation. I take it the thing hasn't actually gone through bone.
No, it's just gone through the flesh. It hasn't actually gone through bone. You're lucky in that respect. Both of you are very lucky in that respect.
I look around the room as he's flesh crafting himself out of there.
Do a perception alertness for me. This should be, based on the lighting, this should be only difficulty 7.
2 successes.
You actually see a plate that looks a little different from the others, immediately to the left of the door that you just entered.
Okay.
It's a slightly different shade of the floor color.
All right. I'm gonna take off my shoes, tie the shoelaces together. Hold on to one end of the shoelaces as I fall to the ground. Hold myself to the ground, and I'll wave the shoes so that they hit the plate.
The spikes retreat.
God damn it.
The next door opens. The next door opens, and you now enter room 6.
Profusely bleeding.
Yes, profusely bleeding. All of
With
you.
a giant asshole in my chest.
Do we want to take some time and maybe try and patch up some of the weaker wounds that we have?
You guys can try that if you want. The door to room 6 is open right now, and the trap is currently abated for the moment. But I should mention that again. Your only way to get out right now is to go into room 6.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sleeve off my shirt and wrap it around my hand.
Why don't we share what we know about what's happened so far?
Good point. Good point. Just let me pick up my guts that's falling out.
I don't know how this person would know all of us.
I don't either, but
We might share in common and why all of us are here. Are we all Sabat?
yeah, probably. I am.
Indeed.
The actions of this man don't coincide with that of the Camarilla. He must be an independent of some sort. One that clearly knows vampires.
Who said he was Who said he's got to be a vampire? You know, these hunters have been walking around town. He might be one of them.
That brings to mind, a few nights ago, I received quite a lot of information about the kindred of the city on my laptop. Perhaps this man is linked to them. That being said,
What?
If one of us killed whoever it is that died, I have the recollection of slaying anyone.
Nor do I.
I don't
Well-
kill, I rather torture.
If one of us killed someone and we don't remember it, that means that we killed him while we were out of control of our own emotions, kind of like you did a few moments ago.
Indeed. Do you think that particular image is somehow linked to the whole situation?
Yes, but I don't know anything about some little girl.
I've never seen her before in my life. Though her innocence, it appeals to my bestial side.
As it does to mine.
I think the person who trapped us did a little research on all of us. Still,
I don't know
this
what he's
is
got.
fascinating. What do we have in common that he would want to get us together?
Of course,
The only thing, we're all vampires. We're all Spot. We've all got problems, like all people do. But what's the one problem we all have in common?
So have you guys healed your wounds yet, and are you headed into room 6?
I just have the axe, so I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
my hand up at the.
same here.
I have the sleeve of rum.
With
I
my
have the sleeve off the
keeping,
rum holding my hand.
Yeah, I'm going in through once again,
I'm going
making
in.
like reversing the order to see if it's specifically one of us who's got the glowy shit.
Congratulations! As you walk through, Loki, you're the one who sets the lights off.
Immediately I stopped.
Marvelous.
I don't notice.
Why is he marked? Why did it only come on for him?
Am I still marked even though I've removed, a couple of layers of my own flesh?
Yeah, and and that will be revealed in a little bit as to why you are.
Okay.
Hold on. Do you guys make notice? Do you guys show me that this is happening?
Yeah.
I'll look at you.
Yeah, Loki's gonna turn around with a sort of wry smirk and say, "Well, apparently all I have to do is say, 'Let there be light,' and there is such."
Interesting. I glance around.
Loki's gonna Loki's gonna note this down. Although I think his notebook probably caught flame, so he's probably started to write all over his arms.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's what Jack is going to say. I got a question. Why does the person assume we actually give a fuck about a dead K-Knight?
Perhaps it's not the fact whether we give a fuck, but more. Maybe it's him trying to make us give a fuck.
Right now, the thing is making me know.
So you're telling me this? You're telling me this fucker's trying to put us on a morality trip? Wait, so you're trying to tell me this fucker's making a vampire take a morality trip? What the fuck? Really?
I found out who it is. I'm pulling the skin off their face and scalping the fucker.
Okay, so if you guys have healed, are you now headed into room 6?
So what's in this next room?
Yeah.
But before we go in,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wave my shoes in there, kind of do what I did before.
No traps obviously set off.
Alright, I step in.
And does everyone step in?
Yeah, because the lights went on, right? So we would have to step in.
The moment you step
the
in,
lights came on. We would see
not only do the doors.
Door shuts.
Yeah, but not only do the doors close, but here's the fun bit. Everyone roll me a perception followed by a Dex Athletics again.
Straight perception.
Damn.
Okay.
And this one is difficulty 9 to avoid.
Okay, you realize.
This is for you, Charles.
All right.
I'm rolling for you first this time.
You
did super good.
Difficulty 9.
All right.
All 9.
You realize it's got 3 from now on. Damn, 3 successes. Excuse me. Yeah, 3. Okay, Guthrie? You realize now from now on, from like the next month, anytime one of the admins asks for a Dex Athletics in Detroit, we're gonna get a resounding oh fuck.
I got
no matter what we ask for it for.
3 for Charles, 2
Believe
for
me,
me.
this is part of the psychological trauma I put on you people. Okay, so you got 1 success. You got 1 success. Charles got 1 success.
Charles got 3. I got 2.
Loki, it was difficulty 9, not difficulty 8.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Was that to spot it? Was that to spot it or to run from it?
That was just to spot it.
Okay. Right. In that case.
Now this is the separate one to run from it. And because this thing is moving so fast, it's the same difficulty as before. Difficulty 9 to spot and difficulty 9 to run.
Wait, what did we just roll? I thought I just rolled the dex check.
No, you rolled the perception check.
Oh shit.
Sorry. I'd say perception followed by Dex Athletics.
Well, I failed. Okay. I rolled dex.
Yep, I got it. It got me.
I'll make a
It got
perception check.
Okay.
I don't.
got
I got.
Yeah, got me too.
I
Okay.
got perception. I got athletic.
Somebody roll 7 dice for me.
Okay. Here's the interesting bit. Every one of you got hit by a trank dart. Or those of you that failed, they got hit by a trank dart. The trank dart, however, does not actually knock you out. What it is that you feel vitae coming into your system, but unfortunately you also feel something else come into your system that shouldn't be there. This thing has been laced with a high concentration of blood thinner. Every single one of you just lost 2 blood points.
Athletics roll, man.
Pardon?
Nobody rolled my
Athletics to
dice,
roll.
athletics, which is 7.
Yeah, which is, no, I said every one of you.
rolled for you, bro. You got like 3 successes.
No, it's not stored vitae. It's not stored vitae. It's
Everybody
natural.
that
It's
failed.
natural blood. It's natural blood. It's human blood that would allow communication of something. And laced in it is an anticoagulant. The anticoagulant, James, basically causes them to lose 2 blood points as it thins out their vitae,
All right.
like it thins out normal blood.
Go for it.
That's my first blood expenditure.
So not only is it but every single one of everyone's been spending blood and a whole bunch of other stuff. Mark down that you're all down by 2 blood.
Yeah, this is my first one, man.
Congratulations, Ardashir.
Yep, so I'm,
One of
everyone
my
else.
blood.
yep, so I'm down 3.
Yep, for everyone
I'm down
else.
3.
Down. Okay, now here's where the fun bit comes in. The room, all of a sudden, pipes open up and something starts pouring into the room.
Oh God, nothing.
Feel a bit of
This
a,
kid.
you guys might feel a bit of a melt coming on, but Loki, because of the marking that's on him, starts to feel both a melt and a burn. That chemical that was reacting with the lights is also one that reacts with sulfuric acid, 18 molar concentration. As in, this is pure sulfuric acid that is being poured into the room right now.
Oh, motherfucker. Can someone pull me onto their shoulders?
Ah, son of a
It's-
bitch.
You guys have to
Can someone
figure
give me a
out- based on dice
piggyback
rolls
ride,
now,
please?
how
Because
to-
this is...
So you are now starting to go on fire again.
No, are you serious?
Yep,
Jesus.
Loki's back on fire
Acid?
again.
Jesus.
Oh, my...
You got-
Okay, and now thanks Guthrie. Thanks Guthrie, because from now on everybody in the D is going to carry a fire extinguisher for reasons.
Believe me, I am enjoying this to no fucking end. But not to worry, we're almost
I'm
done.
enjoying it. It's a good game. Good game. It's a good game.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. But anyway, for the sulfuric acid,
Can
feel
somebody
free.
roll 4?
What are we rolling?
Sorry, I rolled my courage, which is 5.
More
What the
courage
freak
rolls.
fuck out?
More courage rolls.
Charles, you got a 3, 2, 5, 3, 2.
Oh, fuck!
And remember, there's no way out of the room right now because you are locked in this room as the sulfuric acid is slowly filling up the room and Loki's on fire.
What's the
I should mention
difficulty?
that all of you are taking
Fuck!
action.
Fire! Fire! Fuck!
All of you are taking ag damage is slowly being corroded by the sulfuric acid.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
Uh,
Take me out of
Walls
here!
are coming in on the walls, trying to punch holes in the walls.
As I'm taking,
Yeah, same here.
Fuck.
yeah, I turn into half snake, half man form, so I can soap aggravated normally.
Good, good. Now, in the process of this, I believe that also Ardashir, you're the only one who succeeded in rolling a you and the Praster are the only ones who succeeded in rolling a self-control against in rolling courage and overcoming the fire concern, right?
Yes.
Good. Here's
Well,
what.
I got one as well.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, so you barely managed to get through. The three of you, while he's on fire and all of you are corroding, you now have the voice comes in and says, "You have to figure out how to get out of the sulfuric acid, or to be more specific, how do you stop yourselves from being corroded to nothing?" And as a result, I'm now giving you guys the option, and you can roll for this. This is a roll puzzle as to how you. And I remember I gave you guys some items earlier, which may be useful in this situation.
Here's a problem. There's a problem with that, Guthrie. There's a problem with that. If we're frenzying, there's a problem, Guthrie.
Yes.
There's a plot problem here. If we're frenzying, we won't think about that.
No, I know, but the thing is, but you're the only one who's frenzying. The other three managed to beat their courage rolls.
Describe to me this room.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, correction. Two of you, Batman.
No, he didn't.
Pardon?
Describe to me this room.
Okay.
Well,
Back in the room.
Hardy's the only one that can really figure this out.
Okay. Hang on. Give me a sec to switch the room. The difference is now is that there are now four. I'm going to use octagons for these. there are 4 pipes on either side of the room, and you can blatantly see these pipes. Every single one of these is exact. You are sealed in the room, and there are pipes in the. You are sealed in the room, and there are pipes which are having the sulfuric acid falling in.
Sealed in a room, pipes that
Yeah, and the sulfuric acid is coming in through those pipes. How do you address the problem?
Plug the
Is
pipes.
there anything to climb on?
I should mention they are literally within arm's reach. If you really stand on your tippy toes, they're within arm's reach.
Plug the pipes.
Do they swivel? Is there a valve or anything like that?
Nope, no swivel, no valve, nothing like that in the room.
Yeah.
I did give you an item to address this issue before.
Plug the pipes, I guess.
Yes, but what do you plug the pipes with? Remember, I gave you something earlier that addresses this very issue.
Well, he's got the regs, but he's in frenzy, and I don't want to get the regs off someone who's in frenzy.
And this is exactly
he
the funny part.
No.
And I don't know
he
he's got the
doesn't
regs.
Pardon?
He doesn't know that I have the regs.
How many pipes
He
are
doesn't
there?
know I have the regs in game. I
How many-
never showed him.
Okay, somebody roll me a perception. Somebody roll me a perception.
How many pipes are there?
4.
Okay.
1 in each corner of the room.
I'm going to take my denim jacket,
Okay.
stuff it into one of them.
And congratulations, it's slowing the leak.
I'll take off my hoodie,
Mhm.
and stuff it into one of them.
Slowing the leak.
I'll look over to Loki, because I don't see he's not in frenzy.
He's still on
No,
fire.
but he also doesn't have clothes on because they've
shit.
caught fire twice.
I'll take off my shirt.
Exactly. Good part of this. I'm loving this.
I'll take off my shirt, revealing all sorts of very awful, kind of like prison-style tattoos, but they look like they're self-made, of like devils and doing all sorts of like crazy shit to women and men alike. And I'll stuff the pipe with my my shirt. Having just pants and socks, I see no option to stuff it with anything else, so I just put my my hands over it for now, as these guys ride out the frenzy.
Okay, did you cover 3 or 4 of the pipes?
I covered 4 with my hands. My hands
3.
covered the last one.
Okay, your hands are on the last
He's covered
one.
3.
3 with clothes and
He's covered 3 with clothing. The last one with his hands.
Okay, at this point, a drain opens up on the floor and all the sulfuric acid falls out, and the door to room 7 opens.
How much?
Spending willpower point to come out of the frenzy.
Oh boy, I'm just enjoying this.
Well,
Loki is now 4 ag.
Yep. So
Yeah.
Loki, this is going to be the fun bit for you coming up. This
So-
is the fun bit for you.
Can I take my clothes off?
He's got
Yeah.
no clothes
Yes,
on.
yes.
He's missing a couple of layers of skin that he's forced off himself. This guy looks really fucked up right now.
It's really fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now, to be fair, in the process of this, yes, you can pull your yes, you can pull the cloths out of there, and the door will stay open. He's not a complete the NPC is not a complete heartless bastard. He just wants you to solve the puzzle, not necessarily trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Of course,
Well,
not
he's doing
trying
a damn good. He's doing a damn good job of fucking that up.
I keep my clothes.
I spend a willpower to come out of my frenzy, and I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna look out here. I'm gonna take what's left of my suit
Calm it
jacket
down.
with only one sleeve off. And I'm gonna toss it to him, cover you, stuff boy.
I put my clothes back on already, so I'll just smirk at you.
Okay. Okay, so you're now in room 7. Room 7, the door closes. And congratulations, you have now hit the second of the player-oriented puzzle. This is one of those ones which again requires you to actually solve a real mystery or a real puzzle with no rolls. Now here's the thing.
Okay.
Initially, as the lights come on, you do not see any major signs that there is a there appears to be any sort of trap. You just appear to be trapped in the room. The voice comes back on again and says, "Congratulations on having made it this far. However, you must now start demonstrating your true mental capabilities. If you do, more clues will be revealed. If not, well, let's just say I have a surprise in store for you. And to that end, a mystery comes up on the screen. And for that mystery, I'm going to explicitly send you guys a explicitly a mystery with the I'm going to send you guys a link to a mystery. I want you to look it over. You don't actually have to attempt. Oh, actually, wait. The attempt is. Instead, I will go through it this way, and then I will just screen share it to you.
All right.
I will screen share it to you because of the fact that you guys will probably not be able to. So yeah, we'll just do a screen share of the exact thing. Go to full screen, and then and I will actually read out the mystery to you. I won't do it in the voice because my voice keeps cracking and it's really fucking painful. But this is it. So the 5-minute mystery is you have to solve this mystery called the Card Shark. The stage and the voice actually reads this mystery to you.
Yeah, read it out because
Stagecoach rolls to a.
it's going to be hard to see it.
Yeah, sorry. The stagecoach rolled to a dusty stop at the Wichita, Kansas station, and 4 more passengers climbed aboard to join Frank Claremont, who had boarded back at Dodge City. He tipped his bowler hat at each fellow traveler in turn: a cowboy, a sheriff, a lady, and a gunslinger. Frank's shrewd brown eyes looked over the all 4 as they settled down onto the 2 bench seats that faced one another inside the stagecoach. The cowboy was squat and short and bow-legged, with a sunburnt face and neck and an amiable twinkle in his sky-blue eyes. The sheriff was large and bulky, with a bushy gray mustache. He was wearing a white 20-gallon hat and a pair of ivory-handled pistols. The lady was young and pretty, with bright red hair and flashing green eyes, dressed in a black coal and blue dress and white gloves. While the gunslinger was a lanky man with long fingers, a wan face, and steel gray eyes, clad entirely in black, the gun strapped to his narrow hips, matching the sheriff's in size and caliber. The driver cracked the reins, and the horses whinnied, jerking the stage to a start. A long, rough trip across the plains to St. Joseph, Missouri was underway. Frank Claremont, who worked for the Stagecoach Company as a security officer, Frank Claremont worked for the Stagecoach Company as a security officer. There had been a rash of holdups along this particular route. There had been numerous complaints from customers about pickpockets and card sharks working the line. Passengers' personal items had been stolen. Other passengers had been cheated at card games by unscrupulous operators. Frank glanced from face to face, but failed to recognize anybody from the wanted posters of known bandits and confidence men and women kept back at headquarters in St. Joe. He didn't even recognize the sheriff or the gunslinger, but that wasn't all that unusual. Men in those 2 professions tended to come and go pretty quickly in the Wild West. How about a game of cards to pass the time? The cowboy asked good-naturedly. Half an hour into the hot, bumpy journey. Frank's ears pricked. The sheriff and the gunslinger's eyes narrowed. The lady smiled demurely at the rough-hewn cowhand and said, "All right." The gunslinger instantly whipped out a deck of cards from his jacket pocket. "Any objections?" The sheriff grunted. "Fine with me as long as no one objects to me doing most of the dealing." "Fine by me," said the gunslinger. "I like to keep my hands free anyway, just in case I need something." He fingered the butt of his revolver with his left hand. The lady and the cowboy nodded. Then the lady removed her cloak and spread it over the 4 sets of knees as the other players crowded closer, forming a crude sort of table. She smiled sweetly at Frank. "Would you like to partake in our friendly game of cards, sir?" she inquired. Frank shook his head. "No, thanks. I'm saving all my money to buy a homestead in Abilene." "Deal," the gunslinger said, tossing the deck of cards to the sheriff. The game was straight poker. Frank pushed his bowler hat down and pretended to doze off to the sway and jostle of the stagecoach. Actually, though, he was watching the proceedings and the people closely, looking for signs of cheating. He also kept an eye on the window of the stagecoach for signs of trouble outside, an ear cocked for the thump of the guard's shotgun up top, which would signal trouble. The card game could well be a ruse for a hold-up. But as they bounced along the rutted trail through the shimmering grasslands, Frank didn't detect anything untoward. The cowboys lost steadily, the lady won moderately, and the gunslinger and the sheriff traded large pots back and forth. The sheriff played his cards very close to the vest, literally holding them tight to his vest, up by his 5-pointed tin star, sinking his chin down on his chest to look over them, careful to reveal nothing. When the lady held her cards daintily up in front of her, constantly fanning them out or shuffling them around, or even fanning herself with them. The gunslinger kept his cards face down on his lap. allowing his hands to remain free, only peeling back the top edges of the cards every so often to see what he had. The cowboy held his cards right up close to his face, like he had trouble seeing them. This also helped to keep the other players from reading his rather expressive eyes. The lady won a small pot, the gunslinger won a large one against the even more despondent cowboy, and the sheriff won a large one against all three players. Frank, finally getting bored, asked to be dealt into a hand. He scooped up 5 cards with his right hand and pushed them apart with his thumb. A 3 of clubs, 6 of diamonds, 10 of hearts, king of clubs, and the ace of spades. He grimaced at the so-so hand, rubbing his thumb across the ace of spades. And then Frank grinned. He mused. There seems to be a small scratch on the face of this card. With narrowed eyes that appeared ice cold, the gunslinger barked, "What's that?" "Yes, a small vertical scratch, almost unnoticeable unless you're feeling for it." Frank rubbed the king of clubs in the middle. "And this card has a horizontal scratch on it if you feel really close." "You believe you're saying that somebody marked the cards, mister?" the sheriff growled, slowly setting down the deck. "I believe that someone is cheating." "Yes," the lady helpfully provided. The gunslinger and the sheriff's right hands moved towards their pistols. The cowboy's face almost went almost pale, his struggled gulp sounding loud and clear in the hot, crackling air. "Somebody's cheating for sure," Frank stated calmly. He raised a small Derringer pistol and kept hidden under his cloak with his left hand. "And I'm taking them into custody on behalf of the Overland Express Stagecoach Company." So basically, here's the thing. Frank has figured out who the card sharp is. You have 4 suspects to choose from: the cowboy, the gunslinger, the lady, and the sheriff. You but from the voice says, now that you have read this mystery, you must figure out which one of them is the culprit and why. So the culprits in this particular case are the cowboy, the gunslinger, the lady, and the sheriff. I should mention that I have the correct answer on another window because I already solved this mystery in 3 minutes earlier. And this is
like they all are.
Nope. Like I said, there's only one and there's a blatant clue as to what was left as to how the marks were made, and that indicates who the card sharp is.
Sheriff did it with his badge.
The sheriff.
And you say that in character?
Yes.
Are you saying that in character? Congratulations.
Yes, I am.
At this point, another screen. At this point, as the and actually, I will screen share just so you can see. Yes, it was the sheriff, and I solved it in 3 minutes and 7 seconds, even though the average was 5:11. But anyway, but good going, guys. But good going, and we'll cut that one out, and I'll move back to the screen. In the process of this, let me flip off the screen share. You hear the voice. Say, "And now for your viewing pleasure, another set of clues." In this case, the same clip from before repeats itself, but a little bit more extensive this time. It's from the "Mr. Please Don't Hurt Me." You hear the hiss a bit more pronounced this time, and if you first roll, firstly roll to prevent yourself from going into frenzy again because of the fact that you've seen the same clip as before.
Sorry, who's rolling to not go into frenzy?
Ardashir and Loki, roll again to prevent yourself from going back into frenzy.
What's the trigger?
The trigger is the Thirst for Innocence again. We played the same clip as before. And Bobby, roll to prevent yourself from going in as well.
I go into frenzy.
Okay, you go into frenzy. Bobby, do you go into frenzy?
Frenzy! Frenzy's for everybody.
Except for Matthew, who does not have that particular flaw. However, while everyone's trying to break at the screen, Matthew, roll a perception check. Roll perception alertness. Roll perception alertness. Do you? Since you don't have heightened sense, I'm actually going to say that. Yeah, you're just looking at the screen right now because you effectively heard that it was a clue, so you're looking for everything. So I'm actually going to give you difficulty 7 on this. Roll a perception. Roll a perception for me.
All right, perception and alertness.
Yes, perception alertness.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work,
see what we got.
Follow it by perception investigation if that doesn't work, because you're looking for clues actively now.
Okay, 1 success on that roll.
Okay. In the process of this, in addition to the hiss, you think you see a little flip of something that almost kind of looks like a snake's tongue on the very right hand side of the screen before the clip goes dark. And also, there's one other factor here. And also, there's one other. Sorry. And also one other factor. You also hear a. Also, roll your perception awareness now. Roll perception awareness difficulty 6.
All right, stand by. I had dropped the dice.
That's all right. Bring it back up.
All right. Hot damn! Look at that.
I can't see them on my end for some reason.
They haven't come up yet.
Oh, there we go.
Hot damn! Look at that.
Oh, you brilliantly got it. You actually see a serpent. You actually see a vision of the girl in question who's been in this clip being wrapped around by a serpent, who basically slithers a happy smile and then bites into her, and then the vision cuts.
Right now I'm in like half serpent form. So.
Yeah.
And I'm
looking back over at Ardashir, and then I look up. All right, looking back up at Ardashir, and then I'm gonna look up at the screen. Nice try, fucker.
But the thing is, no, you actually saw a vision in your head from the omen of that. That's why I had you roll your perception awareness.
Oh, either way, that's right.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, either way, nice try. Nice try, fucker.
Yep. And by the way, since you guys passed the puzzle, the door to room 8 opens. Would you like to know what would have happened if you actually had failed the puzzle?
No, because it would ruin it.
It would ruin it if you ever run this again.
I'll save that. Yeah, I'll save that for another time.
It would ruin it.
All right, I'll save it for another time.
If nothing else, let us know after we finish the scene. If nothing else, don't state it live.
All right, let's go on to the next room.
So okay, so you guys are in the next room.
Succeeds, right? My frenzy will eventually die off.
Yeah, you wait until your frenzies die out, and then you all go into the next room. And then finally, to kick it all off, here's the pièce de résistance. You are now in the last room. You smell something filtering into the room this time.
Hold on.
Immediately.
Did the doors close on themselves behind us?
Yeah, no. This is basically the thing is, it doesn't really matter. It's seeping in from it. It's seeping in. If you roll a perception alertness.
Okay, what's happened since I lost my connection?
Okay, what happened was you lost your connection. They had to solve a mystery. They had to solve a mystery as to who a card sharp was on a stagecoach. They got it by the fact that it was the sheriff who was using his badge.
Okay. And then I thought you wanted me to make an instinct roll. Even though kids don't bother me, it's since I don't feed on them.
No, but remember that I told you had seen the full clip again, including the bit about the Mr. Please Don't Hurt Me. That's why I had you roll self-control.
That was kicking off. It kicked off the. It kicked off your pedophile thing.
And basically, here's the funny bit. You now come into the. So are you guys now in the fun room?
From my instinct.
Yeah, Loki willpowers cannot prolong it any longer than he needs to.
Okay, so if you guys are now in the new room, the door closes, and as I said, you guys smell a mix of gasoline and rotten eggs. Roll me an intelligence science, anybody. This is a difficulty 4.
That wasn't me, fellas.
Yeah, just roll a difficulty 4 for the rotten egg smell.
I smart. I have no science, so I can't make the roll.
Anybody. Yeah.
You can make it.
Difficulty.
Yeah, but you can make a chance. You can make a chance roll with it.
Yeah, that works too.
Intelligence.
No, you have science on your character sheet. I know you do.
Me?
Yeah, but damage from egg.
Oh yeah, you're right. Damage from egg. No, it's all right. But no, yeah, but like I said,
You
okay.
should put me on one less dice, so that would be 2 actually.
Yeah, it's 2 successes. But the point is, it doesn't really matter. You only needed 1 success to know this. You know that the smell of rotten eggs.
Which I've got.
Yeah, you know the smell of you know that the smell of rotten eggs is the typical thing that is laced in with natural gas. As in this room, and
So
if you
it's a
do
natural
and
gas
roll
line.
for me, roll a perception alertness for me.
That'll be 4 dice.
0. That's
1 on
0,
me.
Charles. I got 3.
You will see no obvious pipes, but you do see that on one of the sides nearest you, there's actually kind of a little bit of a grate thing as to where the stuff is coming from. There's no way to block this. The voice comes back in and says, "Congratulations, you have only one final test to pass. You must now solve the mystery of who that vampire was who got ashed, and as to why, who and why, and what was the evidence that you can use to show as to who killed that particular pile of ash. I have provided you with all the clues. Can you figure it out?" And he just basically cackles and cuts off. And you have all the time you want. You can roll if you want, but this is the third player. This is officially the third and final player-oriented puzzle. I gave you all the clues to solve this.
So far, it looked like you wanted to lead us
Loki
towards
did it.
Satellite.
What
Loki's
plans
the one
are you
that did it.
Broja.
Loki did it.
How do you know?
Bruja. Loki's the one that did it. He's been alerting us this whole time. Remember the point in time that he walked into the scene? Remember a few rooms ago when Loki walked into the room by himself before we did? The room lit up. It didn't do that any other time. Loki's been marked the whole time. I don't know how or why he did it, but that's who this fucker is blaming it on.
Yeah, in the clips, I saw a snake go after the girl. It set me off. That can be a Setite.
That was a
He looks out of
that was a
shit.
ragamuffin.
What path were you on?
That was a ragamuffin. That was a ragamuffin there, good pastor. That's a red herring. Simply to throw us off.
I'm on the path of night.
Yes, am I. What's your path, sir?
Have you guys made your decision?
What
Or
the
you-
gentleman is trying to say is who killed the vampire, not who killed the little girl.
Question. Have you guys even figured... Okay, one of you make me an intelligence investigation roll now.
Who's got the best at it?
I got 3 dice.
I've got a 2 in investigation, so I'll have 4.
Do it.
I
Intelligence
guess I can roll to
investigation.
support him.
Can I make a
I'll
straight
be
intelligence?
I got 2 on it.
Okay. I'm going to, rather than blatantly spelling this out for you, I'm going to ask you a question. Why do you think he's been repeatedly showing a clip of a little girl over again? Why do you think he's been showing the same little girl over and over again?
Did the little girl look like she's immortal? Was there signs of like breathing or like acting? Was she pale?
That's the fun part. Remember, that's the fun part. See, there's a little bit of a wrinkle which you guys will see in this if you guys manage to get the right culprit. You'll find out the full story in character. If you get it wrong, you'll basically find out of character when the solution comes in. Well,
Yeah,
no,
but-
you'll find out in character either way. But
The young-
let's just say
the
the
young
solving
girl-
it on your own is less painful.
The girl is the one that died. The girl is the one that was killed.
Yes, that's the first stage. That's the first stage. Now work out for certain. Are you guys actually certain as to who actually killed her?
I know
No,
who it's
because
being
we
blamed on.
never
It's being
actually-
blamed on. It's being blamed on Loki. We can't be 100% certain because we weren't there at the time of the death.
Okay, so here's the question then. Based on the available evidence, and the voice, the voice now comes back, the creepy voice, and comes back and goes, "Have you come to a decision? Take a vote now. Based on the votes, all in favor. Who is the actual one who committed the? Who is the one who committed the murder, and what? Who is the one who committed the murder, and how did they do it?"
I left you all the evidence.
You're pinning this on Loki. It's too obvious. If you're pinning it on Loki, it's too obvious. I figured it out when he walked through that last room alone and the lights came on. The death was the young girl in the video.
You're half right. Does everyone else agree that it was Loki?
I'm not saying Loki killed her, but then again, I'm not saying he didn't kill her. But I know he doesn't turn into a snake. I'm saying the fleshcraft. That's a
the one in question. I follow this good priest's thought of investigation. From what we've seen, just from what we've seen in the investigation, which is the question he is asking us, what we have seen, what that leads us to believe it is something to do with the serpents, and there is one of the serpents among us, is there not?
Sure enough.
So by majority vote, who was responsible?
I believe we're split down the middle, good sir. 2 for Loki and 2 for Ardisher.
I see. This is actually not quite what I expected. Very well, I will flip a coin to decide who is right, since it is a deadlock. And at this point, the character in flipping the coin...
Hold on. What happens to the one that's guilty of killing?
Oh, that's the fun part. If you have solved the mystery, you will all go free.
All right.
And you will have a nice little pleasant reward afterwards. But if you fail to solve the mystery... So, are you sure you want me to flip a coin?
Don't.
Hold on. I'm gonna roll out and I'm gonna use my manipulations subterfuge, and I'm just gonna say, okay, which one of y'all did it?
Manipulation subterfuge. Yes, but you see, this is the brilliant part. See, remember how you all said that you have no memory of doing it? Literally, none of you has a memory of doing it.
Manipulation's 3, my subterfuge is 2, and I have an enchanting voice, so it'd be deaf. Well, you want it to be 4?
Oh, you're trying to find out who did it for me. Roll me a manipulation subterfuge. Roll me manipulation subterfuge to try to get him to reveal it. But here's the thing: it's because you're only hearing a voice. Because of the fact that you can only hear his voice, you're not actually seeing his face. Wait, what's up, Will?
Because Charles was trying to talk at the same time you were.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Charles, if you're rolling the manipulation subterfuge on the NPC, bear in mind that the okay. If he has a willpower of 10, what is the difficulty for manipulation subterfuge in this case?
10.
Enchanting voice lowers it by 2.
Oh, then yeah, difficulty 8.
Voice would lower it to 8.
Well, actually, I was going to say, and also because he's working through, actually, we'll split it off and say 9 because you're trying to manipulate him through a speaker system, not in person.
Okay.
So
I'm going to spend 1 willpower on this. That's going to leave me with just 1 left to deal with the rest of the night.
How many dice?
5.
All right. So you got to get a difficulty 9.
You got just 1 success.
One
I
success.
expect the willpower.
Just
Right,
1,
so
yeah.
2 successes.
No, just 1 with the willpower. It's difficulty 9.
Okay, so with the one with the willpower, the NPC laughs and laughs and says, "I already provided you all the evidence. You have already seen it. Even with your dead."
If we frankly we would have the memory that Alex gave us in half-fast.
The fact that you have I'm going to have him roll perception awareness. Now in his case, his perception is 5 and his awareness is 3. This guy, well, actually scratch that. This guy's, like I said, either way, he's going to be fully aware. Difficulty 6. Oh yeah. No, this guy is aware that you used manipulation on him. You know what he says? He says the fact that he laughs. Well, I rolled perception awareness for him, which means that he is aware that a supernatural ability was used on him. Again, and I will explain in a moment what's going on. He laughs and says, "Okay, it was the fact that when deadlocked, you used a discipline to try to win me over. Very well. You've actually that was not what I expected. You've passed the test. Just so you know, it was Ardashir who actually conducted the murder. And at that point, the door opens to room 8. You guys want to walk through now?
No. He said this is the final room.
I'm gonna push Ardashir through it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Push Ardashir through it.
I said this was the final. I said this was the final room of the puzzle. But there is one more piece. There is one more wrinkle which you guys have to go through. But this is a thing where you get your reward.
I don't know. I had enough of this.
Okay. Well, besides, the only door you can go through is room. You can either stay there.
Ardashir.
All right, I'll go look through it.
I'm not staying here.
I'll go look through it.
I can't wait to talk to him.
Okay. As you go through, and if all of you have moved back into the next room, congratulations, you're in room 1 again. And as the door closes, the floor opens up, and as you get back to room 1, the floor opens up beneath you. The floor opens up beneath you, and you all fall into a control room below. The floor opens up, and you all fall into a control room below. As you look around, and now as you look around, you see a dead body of a human, of what looks to be a human, with a gun in its hand, having shot itself in the head. And you see a smoldering pile of ash on a chair that is still in flames a little bit. And you see a recording on a laptop screen, on a computer screen, which goes, "Ha ha ha! Last laugh is mine. You will never get my abilities. I was never planning to let any of you diablerize me. Seriously, a 5th generation Toreador anti-tribute. Do you really think I would let you? I have been watching all of you since the inception of the Sabbat. But here's the thing. The Sabbat have grown decrepit and weak over the past centuries, and for the most part, they do not test. They have grown weak in both moral fiber, mental fiber, and the physical strength and the ability to apply ourselves. That being said, the four of you have demonstrated a particular knack. This is why I've been watching you for the longest while, and I decided to nab every single one of you to keep an eye to see whether or not you would potentially could be the people who would achieve my great plan for the Sabbat of being great artists, puzzle makers, and more importantly, being able to think their way out of a problem. So to this end, I have left you as follows. You have my workshop at your disposal. You will also find on the desk 4 Kanye West bitcoins that are worth $250,000 each. $1 million to split between them all, the both of you. Here's the problem, however. I have also started a computer program which has already gone through and affected the market. By tomorrow morning, they will start depreciating in value. You have a week to get back to Detroit in order to be able to cash them in. And of course, the image flips, and you see that you are in a national park several miles north of Detroit. I advise you to get back to Detroit as quickly as possible. Happy trails! And with that, the recording shuts off. So congratulations to everyone who played this. You have gained 4 Kanye West bitcoins worth $250,000 each. You have a mechanical workshop, which you can take any of the mechanical equipment and technology with you. I should mention that there may be a bit of backstory on the Roanoke colony, which you'll find in there, namely that the reason the Roanoke colony actually died was because this particular Toreador killed the local Sabbat who was ruling it and ate everyone in the colony because they were fucking up. Basically killed everyone.
If you don't mind, gentlemen, I would like to...
And to top it all off, here's the kicker. You each gain 4 XP.
Oh, wow.
You each gain 4 XP.
Wait a minute.
4 XP.
4.
4.
Hey. Don't make
4.
I'm still
XP.
All right.
It's his game.
Scenario. All right.
XP. I can
His
still
game.
be really fucking mean. It's cold in the
It's his
day.
game. Let him go.
4 XP. 4
It's his
XP.
game.
So, yeah, 4 XP, and the lot of you get $250,000, provided you can get back to Detroit within 2 days.
No, it's within 1 hour.
And provided.
Within
Actually,
1
yeah.
hour. Sorry, guys, but
No.
here's the problem. No,
Remember,
the reason I say 2 days. The
remember.
reason I say 2 days is remember that all of you are starting to feel drowsy. The sun's coming up. Remember I told you about the fact that
No,
when you
there's a reason why he's saying that, Guthrie, there's a reason why he's saying 1 hour. Remember what's going on with the financial crisis in Detroit right now.
Yeah, well,
And
guess
also-
what? Well, who do you
Also,
think actually
bitcoins
got that behind the scenes?
themselves.
In
fact, the bitcoins that you received are now 1/60th less valuable than they were 1 year ago.
But you see, here's the thing.
1
Remember I
minute
told
ago.
you. Remember I told you that there was a fight. Remember I told you that remember my character said that he had dropped something on the market that was causing a manipulation. Who do you think behind the scenes actually started the thing which allowed them to even manipulate the market in the first place for the first financial crisis?
They're almost now they are 1/30th.
I want to trade my Kanye West coins for Dogecoin.
Now they're
Exactly.
1/4.
1 hour, but the problem is that you're also going to lose all the value because it's near sunup now, which means you can't leave this complex for fear of being wasted in the solar radiation.
Now these are vampires. They have a lot of resources. I'm sure somebody can come up with something.
Oh, of course.
Now, these are physical bitcoins, which is a misnomer, by the way, because bitcoins are not
in order
physical.
to be able to address
These are physical.
So in order to be able to address this issue, does someone want to come up with a solution to be able to cash these in?
Is there any way that we can actually fucking access the computers and shit that he has here and attempt to?
Oh yes, there is.
No, we ruled that out. Didn't we rule out that they are not going to be able to use the facility computers to cash in the
What I said, I changed this. I changed this to the idea that all relevant documentation would be gone.
Go back and look in your notes to be sure.
Can I use my cell phone here? Is my cell phone around this part?
You'll find your cell phones and all other stuff in a small box on the table.
Does this guy have like a password protected wireless?
Nope.
All right, I sell my Bitcoin using my cell phone.
Besides, James, even if we did say that
the money,
even if we did say that the
money
is useless, because of the fact that it is now near sunup when this story is over, I am deliberately giving them an option to address that issue because to drop it in an hour while not having them access to be able to cash it because of the sunup issue is unfair. I have put enough already.
I think they have resource. I bet somebody could come up with some idea.
I just did, bro.
What's
he's using his 3G network off his cell phone.
He just did come up with a way.
Well, go ahead and adjudicate it, guys.
I'm cool with it. As I said,
he did just come up with a way.
Cell phone through your he doesn't have wireless, but you do have wireless, but you do have signal via your data plan. So you can still go through your data plan and get one and take care of it that way. Just remember to take a photo of the coin.
Man, Artis sure doesn't care about $250,000.
I don't. But I don't want to sell it. I just want to. I want to put it up for someone.
I know where the money's going.
To do something stupid to get.
So
I know where the money's going. That's 200.
What about everybody else?
That's $250,000 to go to the Church of the A Train.
Well, gentlemen, I actually happen to be new in the city and don't have yet a place to rest. I'm willing to put up my particular one to whoever wants it, as long as, well, or split it between you, as long as I am allowed to take a resting place here.
Of course.
By the way, again, if you check the map on the computer screen, you are not in Detroit. You are several miles north of Detroit.
You're north of Detroit.
Did you guys go ahead and put this states on the Detroit?
Let me pull up the map. Let me pull up the map so I can show you this national park we're in.
All right, guys. Those of you that are in this scene right now, Guthrie, I'm going to overrule you as the higher ST on this one, and there's a reason why. Those of you that are in this story right now, if you cash that Bitcoin, you will get an extra dot, at least one extra dot added to your resources.
Okay. But again, please don't overrule me on the north of Detroit thing. The only reason I did that is because
that's cool. That's fine.
I needed a facility where I could have enough space to be able to build this thing without people detecting it.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's not a permanent dot on your sheet. That's a Detroit resource, by the way, which is a special.
Yeah.
So is this the actual workshop that's detailed in the will?
This is the
actual.
If you guys watch the Saw, me and Guthrie talked about this. If you watch the Saw movies, this guy has an extremely great mechanical engineering workshop, which you can almost do whatever you want, within reason. That's what you have now.
Exactly. And on top of that,
it's not in downtown. It's
out of Detroit. But on top of that, almost everything in it is portable, which means you can bring that stuff. You can arrange to have that stuff shipped back to Detroit.
Right. That's basically going to be my offer. I offer up my portion if everyone else agrees that I can take.
I agree.
All
I
right, so
can take
Ardeshir
the
buys your Bitcoin. You now have 250,000.
No,
Hey,
that's
I'm just passing through.
100,000 because each
I'm
Bitcoin
just
was
passing.
250,000
Hey, I'm just
originally.
passing through. Yeah.
You're
Hey,
passing
I'm
through.
just passing
Where are you
through.
going?
Yeah, what is this
Canada.
NPC you play? Oh, you're in Canada.
You
Yep.
go to Canada. I
Which
laugh
means,
a little.
which means that the Canadian Sabat will also have some interesting fun times ahead.
That coin will be useless by the time you get there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, well, you might as
Isn't
well
your
let
life
Ardeshir
more
buy it.
valuable? And Alex in my hand
Not
for the
if I
coin.
sell it first.
But how? Do you have a phone with you? By the time you get to
Not if I
Canada,
sell it first.
it will be worth less than a Tim Hortons.
It's already 1/15th what it was worth at the original.
Not if I sell it
4
first.
minutes ago.
And not towards you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Hey,
unless
look at
there's
that!
any,
Now it's 1/10.
by the way, I was going to say, guys, no, I mean the thing is, all joking aside though, because of the fact that Ardeshir did sell his, and the fact that he's reclaimed practically most of it, he's got that 1 dot in resource, and everyone else who cashes in theirs gets their 1 dot. Which reminds me, at this point, unless there's anything else to cover, I should mention that we are still recording. So at this point, I'm going to call off the scene.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Before
Good
you
job,
do,
Guthrie.
Guthrie.
Thank you.
Before you do.
Yep.
Yep. Before you do, just for prosperity. Guthrie, I had a blast.
It was fun.
That was a
Glad I came
lot.
up with
That
something
was
you guys
a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I'm surprised you guys even got out alive from that.
I like dungeon crawls. They're
Yeah,
fun.
I was actually expecting at the end. I was actually expecting, but I'll
right.
talk to you guys out of
So,
scene.
ladies and
So
gentlemen,
this concludes the Sawmill. My one-time my one-shot
do you want to
story
take?
arc. Pardon? Yep. Signing off. Say bye, everybody.
No, I was just asking.
Bye,
if you can
everybody.
Take us out.
So,
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Did you just play a game?